on Twitch.
We're not live yet.
Watch now. No, not Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh, we got an ad.
Oh, we get an ad. Okay, good. I'm going to pretend people are either seeing an ad or seeing us talk as we're getting ready to do this. Watch now with 4 viewers. Yes. Okay.
Buy our product. It's so average.
I wonder if everybody's seeing a different ad. Like, I'm seeing a hamburger.
I'm seeing chalupas or something.
Chalupas?
I don't know.
Toasted cheddar chalupas.
So.
Up, here we are.
Alrighty then.
Yay. How far delayed are we?
Hey, hi everybody.
Not too badly delayed. Okay. So, welcome to the Onyx Path streaming channel, and today we're going to be running a little bit of an intro to one of the important settings for Scarlands, Dead Man's Rust, which you can back on Kickstarter, and I should go ahead and drop that link into the doobly-doo. So we'll grab that.
Doobly-doo means chat.
No, doobly-doo, in this case, it's chat. The doobly-doo doesn't mean chat. The doobly-doo is the thing below the... it was coined by Wheezy Waiter.
Yes, I know.
but it's fun to make jokes.
And the Vlog Brothers use it too.
I am your GM for this, Fran Stewart. I'm one of the authors of Rust, and I actually wrote a good portion of the Golden City and the stuff therein. And joining me, I don't know if we want to do quick introductions now.
Sure.
Yeah, are my wife, Sarah, who's, I'm going to hopefully point the right direction, over here.
Other way.
Other way, over there.
It's like the Brady Bunch.
Yep. And my friends Woodrow and Cassandra. And our story begins with several rebirths, basically. For those who aren't familiar with Dead Man's Rust, one of the main groups involved in Dead Man's Rust is the Hollow Legionnaires, who are sort of living beings, sort of undead, sort of constructs, but actual people whose souls were so restless and so full of unfulfilled purpose when they died that they refused to go to an afterlife or go through the wooden door for reincarnation. They were so impatient, they literally didn't feel like they had time for that. So the Golden City is a place in the Gleaming Valley where Corian, the god of being a paladin and lawful good and nice and forges and all that great stuff, helped set up these towers that reach out and call out to souls like this and bring them in to be rehoused in bodies of enchanted armor and solidified light. So you're kind of these... You turn into kind of this interesting being who has a tangible, touchable body, but it looks very much like a ghost wearing armor. And our characters for our little adventure today, I think at this point I should probably let you guys introduce yourselves. Does that sound appropriate to everybody?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, let's go from top down, and we'll start with Sarah.
Hold on just a sec, because I'm doing some administrative stuff, so if you could start with something else, that would be groovy.
Yeah, sure.
As a note, Fran, I don't see what order we're in, so you might want to call our names.
Well, let's go, Cassie, let's start with you.
All right. My name is Wanderweed, and I now call myself Wanderweed Silverskin because I am from the Silver Tower. That is the Tower of Silver, one of the towers in the city. I was, I think, I vaguely remember being closer to the ground, so I think I was a halfling. And I'm pretty dexterous, so I have memories of doing things like sneaking around and maybe during the war, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty lighthearted, but I mean, it takes a while for me to actually really come around to trust people. My armor is silver and it's all etched with leaf patterns. Yeah, that's me. I'm Wanderweed Silverskin.
Very cool. Woodrow, would you like to go next?
Hi, I'm Woodrow. I'll be playing Donari Eswin. Donari is struggling. She really came back for reasons that she's still trying to process and understand in fullness. But she really liked the darkness. And she feels like that was something that was very much part of her life before. For her, there was the before and there is the now. And the now is her in this armor of silver and blue that shines like the darkness, but feels like the light. And for all that she's struggling with trying to figure out what she wants to be and who she wants to be, she also looks forward to every day now because she knows that in the end, it's all a gift, even if she's not sure who gave it. So that's Denard.
Do you know what spire you were grown out of?
Awesome.
I do not, actually.
Okay. You're from the Gold's Accord spire. So the Golden Spire. So actually, probably, strangely, you can cast the light cantrip. So does your spire fit your personality? That's interesting. I love it.
Thank you.
By the way, my pronouns are they, them.
They, them.
For my character.
Okay, good to know.
My personal pronouns are she, her, but my pronouns are they, them.
We're going to continue to make this very complicated. All right. Yep. I had done a quick open of Denari's character sheet to show that, to see your spire. I am playing Land. I don't have a last name, because I don't think it's important. Last names are silly. There's only so many of us, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only little legionnaire named Land so far, and if another one's going to be named Land, they're going to be named after me, because I'm going to do awesome things. Because I have back alive again, and I'm going to continue to be the hero I was in my previous life. At least I think I was. I don't remember a whole heck of a lot. I was reborn from the adamantine spire, which means that I am really gregarious and good-natured, and I love my companions and my friends, and I want to see them do the best they can do. And I'm a kick-ass with a sword, and I basically look like a walking plate mail armor with some cool geometric designs and kind of with an adamantine. What does adamantine look like? I don't even know what color that is, but is it blue? It's something funky. Anyway, the designs are in that thing. Also, an aspect of Hall of Legionnaires, which is kind of funky, even though we, as a species, are. Fran probably should describe this in more detail, but our faces and visible extremities are translucent. You can see through us like a ghost, but if you touch us, we feel like flesh. But about at least 2/3 of our makeup is armor. Whether we're in full plate like myself, or in what's called a still sleeve, which is what I believe Denari is wearing, which is like a skin suit. That armor is ourselves. If you touch the armor, it would be like touching our flesh. We'd feel it. It's funky, and we bleed the color of our spire too, which is cool.
I'm intrigued by the fact that we can actually attune to other suits of armor too if we need to.
Yep.
So if armor gets damaged, we can actually find another suit of armor and attune to.
If you find something you like more.
Probably doesn't. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. So when a Hollow Legionnaire upgrades to a new suit of armor, they basically spend some time attuning to it like any magic item. And as they do so, there's sort of a ritual, and each piece they remove, their personal pattern comes off of, and each new piece that they attach, their personal pattern sort of weaves itself through the metal. So the armor is you, and you are the armor.
So when we're born, our parents, they're called the Hollow Knights. They don't necessarily know what we're about or who we'll be. So they'll put our soul in,
Just like real parents.
just like real parents. So when our because in our previous life we didn't want to go on to the afterlife as Hollow Legionnaires. Our soul was placed in, was collected in these spires of the various metals, and then placed in a suit of armor so it could be reborn. They probably pick some kind of generic, like, I don't know, plate suit thing, because they don't know what you're going to be. And then as you're kind of developing and realizing what you can manage, you probably get moved into something else more appropriate. So I was like, I liked the plate mail, it fit me. But Denari, for example, was probably moved into the still sleeve, and Wanderweed would have been moved.
I was moved into leather armor coated that looked silver.
The silver studded leather kind of a thing, maybe.
Well, no, it's just got a silver sheen.
Yeah, okay. It's neat. That's neat. Yeah. And we glow, which makes stealth a bit tricky.
In places. Okay. So, your day starts off in your siblinger house. Different groups of folks. Actually, hold on just a second. Hun, can we sidebar for just a moment?
Yes, we can. Not sure what you mean. Do you want me to go to the... Oh. If I mute, it mutes the whole thing.
Oh. Yeah, you need to mute. You need to mute yourself. Mute yourself. Okay. So, Woodrow, how you doing?
Yeah, I know.
I'm about this new.
Okay.
Fran's pointing out that I'm giving away the plot because I'm showing my whole screen.
As a sidebar to the sidebar, Sarah, you need to mute yourself.
I didn't mute myself
when
intentionally.
You do a sidebar.
I just wanted to hear what Fran... I didn't mute myself intentionally because it mutes the whole stream, and I didn't want to mess up the audio. She just was pointing out that I'm showing everything right now because Fran's GMing, but I'm driving Astral. So...
Which I really appreciate. So,
so I am showing off the locations. So if you want to move the party to a location, tell me where to go, and I can move to the... Do you want to move to the Hero Academy?
Yeah, let's do that because you guys would be starting your day.
All right, I'll move to the Hero Academy.
And just to continue the description, yeah, you guys are at a. There are a number of different ways of legionnaires going through this process. Some folks just basically kind of live in a house somewhere in the city. Some who have a specific idea already of what they want to do go to either the Lyceum or the academy inside of the city to study specific things. Some folks go to more open-ended places, and that's where you guys are. You guys are at a small heroes academy in the city. So you're learning, you basically have sort of an adventurous streak in each of you, and your desire is to go out into the world and find problems that need solving rather than do some specific job. So what that means is you live with a bunch of other students and a group of folks who, as I said earlier, are called siblingers, whose job whose calling in life basically is to spend time with you, helping you integrate your memories and your skills from your past life into something that will be productive in the world, and helping you to harness all of this energy that you've come back into the world with.
Okay.
So we've got two generic siblingers here.
Yeah.
Do we have thoughts of what we think our basically foster parents are like? I didn't want to assume.
I think they probably gave me to a rogue.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
to help me relearn my innate skills.
I can change this. I guess it's right now it's a priest and a knight, but one of them could be a rogue or a rogue.
I think it's fine.
Maybe a priest of a roguey god.
And Keeley?
And Keeley? Maybe?
Yeah.
So we could...
Are there priests of people other than Corian here?
Absolutely. One of the neat things about the Golden City is that where a lot of followers of either Corian or Hedrada tend to be a little bit hidebound about the rules.
Funny that.
Yeah. The Golden City does have rules, but they keep most of the rules really simple at a higher level of being around more morals and less specifics. Like if we have to actually sit down and nail down every single word of why you do or don't do a thing, we're already failing, is sort of the attitude in a lot of ways. So yeah, they welcome folks from other gods to come in, because some of the people that have come back are very much from other gods. There are even one or two. It's rare, but you'll see folks who come back who are, well, let's just say not good people, but who still have that drive that they feel that they have something important to give to the world. And that's really what makes the energy that comes with you when you're a Hollow Legionnaire is, I have stuff to do. So yeah, having somebody who's a follower of Inkili who's like, oh yeah, thieves' tools, yeah, I can help with that, makes perfect sense. And I'm sure Inkili would love the idea of being here in the middle of this collection of really, lawful goodies and neutral lawful goodies, and getting in and getting to mess with people. So
I was gonna rename.
So Fran, just add.
Sorry. I was just saying I was gonna rename Ask your question first.
Yeah, go ahead, Cassie.
Yes. Just out of interest, to get more information about the Golden City, does this also include evil gods? Like Belsameth or...
Again, rare, very rare. Just because when you come through as a Legionnaire, you know fully what you're getting into. It is a choice that each soul makes. It gets called to the towers and sort of interrogated, is this something that you want? Knowing that it's going to be different from the life that you had before. But there are some who come through and who say, the world isn't just good people. There are people who worship Belsameth, and they need help and service of the kind that I think I can provide. So yeah, every once in a while.
But that said, I don't think you're going to find a cleric of Belsmith or Vangal or Chardoon in this city.
This was just a question for more information to introduce the setting.
Yeah, no.
Since that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sarah, what were you going to say?
I was going to say I was trying to rename our siblinger NPCs, but Astral is not cooperating with me, probably because I'm also running OBS. So,
And
Fran,
probably
you might want to be the one doing that.
Okay. And also, it's not that we should warn people that it's being very, very 2020 up in here. Like, we were supposed to have several more players, and we lost one to just personal stuff, and then another one to frickin' gas station sushi or some damn thing.
Which is why, if you saw me delete one of the characters,
Food poisoning.
Food poisoning.
The priest
Food poisoning.
in the party got food
I
poisoning.
prefer to say gas station sushi myself, just
food
because it.
poisoning about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So, so he's not going to do the party.
Chris, if you're watching, we're sorry.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
your feelings.
We hope you're hanging in.
So
Yep.
Feel better.
So anyway, so we're down to 3 instead of the 4 we were supposed to have, but that's okay. We can do this. And I can't rename the siblingers apparently because I'm getting a heck of a lag trying to open their
Oh, let me
character
see
sheet.
if I can. Let me see
Well,
if
I
I
don't
can.
think it's that important, honestly. So
Yeah, let's just keep going. We're like 20 minutes in. So
All right.
Good point. Yeah, yeah.
Oh hey.
Yep. All right.
Oh,
So
shells are-
we got our
there we
rogue.
go.
So, Woodrow, what kind of you got another choice on another siblinger? So, what do you think our other?
You know, thinking about it, I think this must be this must be someone fairly who decides, hey, you should be a wild mage after all.
you
So you
decide
guys
to
are-
be a wild mage.
You guys are.
A jealous wizard, yes.
Mm,
Not really jealous, but someone who always coveted those kinds of powers and who, when given the opportunity, was like, hey, why don't I see if you can handle this and let's see what happens next, because I'm really curious about what will happen if I take a Hollow Legionnaire and make them chaotic,
yeah.
even if they aren't really mean to be.
So yeah, basically, you guys came out of the tower, and they were just like, these guys are House and Keeley. Yeah, House and Keeley. Okay, yeah, we'll send them there.
What
So,
am I
yeah.
doing in House and Keeley?
It's you want an adventure.
I want an
Keeping us in
adventure.
check.
Yeah.
You're keeping us
Exactly.
You're keeping us in check.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm a bit of a bigger sibling. I've been. I'm a
You're-
little bit older.
You're the control
Barely.
experiment.
I'm the control experiment. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, as Sarah mentioned, her character Lond has been around a little bit longer than you guys have. You guys are sort of your first few weeks are done, and it's been exhausting. I mean, you it really is kind of, you spent this time in sort of this blooming, buzzing confusion, to borrow a term from. Don't worry about it. So basically, you spend a lot of time just trying to remember what you remember and learn what it is you already know and pull together the pieces of who you are into something coherent. And you finally manage to get to the point where you've done enough of that you have at least kind of a grasp. As we said, Woodrow, now you're like, magic. I want to do magic. I have magic in me, and it's wild, and I want to kind of surf that wave. And then Wanderweed, you're like, I'm stealthy, and that's good. And I feel like I can help people with this. I can be the person that finds paths and uncovers secrets, and that's what I want to do. And so,
And I'm just really good at swinging a greatsword.
yeah. Well, yeah, but you've been training for a while. You had this big moment, and you remember what it was like.
Oh, yeah.
And so the plan is that this evening they're going to have a dinner party. Haddad and Zerban will host a party, and they'll have a bunch of folks in, and you guys will get to sort of announce that you've passed the first hurdle of your forge years. However, that's the official tradition. There are unofficial traditions as well, and your older sibling Lond has sort of been hinting that maybe there's going to be something else that you're going to get to do today.
Yeah. Something else.
So
I did it. It was kind of fun. It's kind of scary. But I think you guys are ready. I think you guys are ready for this. This is totally a tradition. Because we're unique, right? We don't need to eat or drink, so who cares about a dinner party? We don't need to breathe either, right? So
Right.
Wait a minute. Okay, is this a tradition, or is this something like you made up and you decided is a tradition?
it's a tradition. I know like dozens of legionnaires who've done this. It's I did it myself not a month ago. It's really cool.
Okay.
So what we do,
We'll take your word for it.
so you know that the city has those 4 big gates around it, right?
I have noticed them.
Yeah, you can't miss them. They're
Yeah.
hundreds of feet tall. Well, what you do is we climb up to the top of the gate. Just follow me on this one, right? We climb up to the top of the gate, and then I shove you into the water. And then you have to
What?
I shove you into the water, into the lake, and then you sink to the bottom of the lake, and then you have to walk to shore.
Now, to paint the picture a little bit here, the gates that we're talking about are about 200 feet wide and 100 feet tall.
Above the city.
The Golden City is built on sort of a massive compass shape, with an enormous circle in the center and 4 enormous cyclopean limbs that extend off in different directions.
I'm gonna show the city in the
Yeah.
stream. So this is the Golden City. This note, this map is not the final map for Dead Man's Rust. Final art has not been settled. This is a
But
draft.
it's what we got.
But it's what we got today.
It's a tribute.
It's a tribute. So this is like buildings and whatnot, and these giant black blobs that say 7 are the 4 gates that lead out to the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So what you're saying is you're going to take us up 100 feet,
Mhm.
and then you're going to push us into the water, and we're going to sink to the bottom. Are you crazy?
Gurgle.
wait, I don't know.
I
No, I'm
mean-
not crazy.
What, how do you know? How do you know it's even survived that?
I did it like a month ago. Seriously. I did it. I know a couple dozen legionnaires who've done this. They do this all the time. But most of them take the boring, easy way. Right? Most of them go off the east gate.
Anyway,
Well, like everybody does this on the east gate, right? I heard about this. And the east gate is closest to the beach because you got to go to the land gate. You have to go to the east gate and you go past the living quarter and walk out of the water and go and come up on shore by the land gate because that's where the beach is, right? And it only takes a couple hours. Big deal. So when I did it, I wanted to do something different because I was like, everybody goes off the east gate. So I was like, I'm going to go off the west gate because that would be cool, right? No, wrong. It was boring AF because I had to walk like around everything and it was just super dull. And I was dumb because I went the southern route. So there was nothing to see. It was like water and rocks. It was just dullest thing ever. What I want to do for you guys though is to go off the north gate because then you can go into the docks and you can see all the boats above you as you walk down it, and that would be really cool. Something you would not get to see from any other gate. So you just don't go near the sea gate because that would be, you could get like teleported into an ocean. So don't go that far. So stick to the shore. But yeah, I think this will be.
Otherwise, it's perfectly all right.
Yeah. Don't go near the sea. Just you know.
Denari,
yeah.
Denari, I think there's something wrong with her. I think there's something wrong with her.
It'll be great.
I mean, the whole point of
This
this.
is why I'm in House in Keeley.
Back a
Yeah.
little.
The whole point of this was to come back and live, right?
Everybody does. You're tough now. You're a suit of armor. You don't need to breathe. You'll be perfectly fine. It will be so cool. You can walk on the bottom of the flippin' ocean. And the nice thing about being in this lake, though, is you don't have to worry about ocean monsters because there's no, like, sea monsters or nothing. You can just walk on the bottom of the lake and look up and see, like, the tops. And it's neat. It just...
Obviously, Denari's not
Hey,
either, but personally, I keep thinking, as long as I'm wearing a kilt, I'll obviously be fine on the water.
Hadot, Hadot, are
Yes,
you
dear
there?
ones?
Is this legit? Is this real? Is this a real tradition?
Denari just starts laughing at this point.
You know, technically I'm really not supposed to know about any of this, but yeah. Most of the people who come through here have done one version of it or another. I mean, it's up to you how far you want to take things. Don't let that one push you into doing anything that you don't want to do. But
Most of the other Legionnaires are going to be there, though. They're going to want to see this. I've already told them you guys are ready. You don't want to disappoint them.
Hadot leans over to Zurban and is like, peer pressure.
I think this
Here,
sounds,
try a death stick.
except for the bit where I end up in the waters and don't drown, I think.
You
hope.
can't drown. You literally can't drown. You don't need to breathe except to talk.
I kind of like. So, as in my soul, almost literally, given where I've come from, I feel Denari's going to be thinking about this and going, nothing about me is completely compelled at all to go get into any water whatsoever. And although I have this new life, I do have this new life. And, this new life, and she just starts talking out loud all of a sudden. This new life means that I probably should try some new things. Maybe. I mean, that's, I guess, why I have a second life now, don't I? I mean, I'm supposed to be doing something really cool with it, right?
And, there's fish. I mean, like I said, it's not really the most danger you're going to be in is maybe you might trip or something and scratch your knee or something. It's not dangerous. There's fish that swim by you, and I'm hoping you guys will actually get to see the boats, because I didn't see any boats. I just saw the fish. And it's just so cool. And there's going to be a party on the beach, because I got a whole bunch of other Legionnaires to show up. It's going to be really neat. Come on, we got to do this. Come on, let's go do it.
I do like beach parties.
Yeah.
I do like beach parties. Will Frankie and Annette be there? No, sorry.
Frankie and Annette will be there. They're bards. They have to be there. There's a rule.
For our younger viewers, I'm sorry.
So Zurban kind of hooks Denari and is like, listen, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. I've already got you doing plenty of crazy stuff. But I at least go up to the top of the tower and watch, because it'll be hella funny regardless.
I'm down. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. Sure.
Yeah.
I make no promises about jumping off of any tall things. I'm not particularly fond of tall things, I don't think. But I don't really remember what if I was that fond of them. I just don't feel like I was.
Yep.
I'm still getting used to being this tall.
Fair enough.
Okay. I'll go. Yes, what Denari said, I will go. I will certainly go with. I do like the idea of a beach.
Lond, Hadot kind of at some point when you're a little bit away, kind of leans over to you and is like, just push them in once you get them up there. It'll be fine.
Duh. They'll be fine.
Don't tell Zurban I said so. I got money riding on them. The thing about siblingers is they're older siblings. So
They're less parents and more older siblings.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So you do your normal morning chores and exercise and
whatever practices you have to, and then a little bit later on, when you're done and clear of all of that stuff, they're just like, okay, well, free time, go do whatever it is you're going to do, and we'll wait here, confident that you will not break any rules in the city or upset anyone by anything that you do. Be home in time for dinner.
But we don't eat.
You can. You actually, Legionnaires can and do eat. It's just a matter of, do you want to? So.
Donaru was making a joke.
Yeah, no.
Yes. Fran, the DM, was not paying proper attention.
Yes.
All
We
right.
can eat and breathe. We just don't need to. So, and I'm assuming we breathe so we can speak, because you got to push.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But we don't need to breathe. So.
You have to push air through your glowing meat to make the noises come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Some Legionnaires have trouble figuring that one out too when they come back. Hi. Yeah. The very early days as a Legionnaire are complicated.
Because you're probably in like what's it called? Breastplate. You're probably in a breastplate, sort of generic medium armor, and you're just like this glowing thing in a breastplate going, ah! Okay. So, where are we off to next, GM?
Okay. We're going to be going to the top of the gate, but in the meantime, as Sarah's setting that up on the map, I'll do a little bit of description. So, you guys are living someplace relatively near the East Gate, because you have your siblingers with you, and they need to actually have space to, do all those nasty bio things that living beings have to do, that the Hollow Knights who built the city initially didn't really plan for, like sleeping and pooping and eating, and so you actually get to
Bio stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get to travel through a decent portion of the city as you're on your way to the Northern Gate. You pass through the Academy grounds, where there are all kinds of hollow folk and academics from all over Gelspad who've come together to do research into, one, what you are, and the potential of what being a Legionnaire actually means, and two, all kinds of other magic and technology, metallurgy, spellcraft, the Sea Gate, that is one of the main ways that the Golden City actually does trading with other places, as actually a product of the Academy as well. And it's this immense black stone gate out on the lake, flanked by 4 towers that guarded against anybody coming through who's not supposed to come through. And the other thing that goes on in the Academy is that's where the smiths are, who build a lot of the armor that becomes Hollow Legionnaires. So you get to sort of walk by those workshops and hear the smiths hammering on stuff. You can hear a team of visiting dwarven smiths singing songs in songs that they would normally sing in the forges of Burrock Torn. And you get to walk by the warehouses down by the docks, where stuff is coming in from all over Gelspad, including way, way far to the west. And finally, you get close to the... excuse me, just a sec.
Hope you got some water there. Good. Stay hydrated, folks. It's important.
Yep. Yeah, and wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
You get close to the Great...
Wear masks, please.
Yep, wear masks. You get close to the Great Northern Gate, which is this enormous granite and marble structure that is massively intimidating, with a male figure on one side and a female figure on the other. These huge, ferocious guardian statues that look like, you know, a lot like a Hollow Knight or a Hollow Legionnaire, this massive figure in armor there to keep the city safe. And there are access routes that basically to get to the top to clean and do maintenance. Yep. So I'm gonna have all of you make stealth rolls.
Yeah, no, we were all.
Well, actually, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, Lond, how do you plan to get them past the patrols? Because this is a tradition, but part of the tradition is you can get caught.
Well, we want to go between the patrols, so timing this out, and they're not going to expect it here, because everybody jumps off the east gate. They're not gonna. They're not looking here. They're all looking out, and nobody enters from this way because the only thing up north is the quarry. This is also the least. This gate and the south gate are the least guarded gates in the city, so it's gonna be the easiest to sneak up these two. Which you know.
Can I practice my stealth?
Yeah.
Can I practice my stealth? All right. I'll see if I can get us through.
Given that you glow.
Yeah. Go for it. Stealth of 14. You can't get everybody through, but what you can do is get yourself to the. You can basically make it through the route, and get to the right location to be able to sort of spot out how the patrols are working. So now, why doesn't everybody roll investigation to see if you can figure out what the patrol route and schedule is?
Wow. I know nothing.
I literally rolled a 0. I have no idea what the patrol route is. I didn't even know that. I assumed there would be no guards here because why would they guard the north gate?
Yep.
How did you roll a 0? I
have a -1 to my intelligence. It is my dump stat. I rolled a 1. -1 + 1 is 0.
And that's the adventure, folks. See you on another stream for the jail in the Golden City. No, just kidding.
I thought there wouldn't be any guards at all. I didn't even think about guards, because North Gate, there would be no guards. Why? Seriously.
So yeah, you guys are like sitting here going,
didn't even think about it.
yeah.
The guards totally pretend to not notice us, don't they?
No, you managed not to get spotted by the guards, but now you're standing here like, there's so many people and they're watching all the things. And this slightly older legionnaire, past their forge years, kind of sidles over to you guys and is like, you trying to jump? Thought you'd take the north gate because nobody goes to the north gate? Yeah. Didn't take into account the fact that, today's cleaning day.
It's what with the who now?
It's cleaning day. Ever since we opened the sea gate, seagulls come through. Cleaning day.
Cleaning day?
Cleaning day.
Okay.
Hold on a sec, I'll be right back. He disappears off down an alley. About 5 minutes back, he comes back holding 4 mops. All right, recruits, with me. 1, 2, 3. Walks up to one of the guards and is like, got some extra recruits for, cleaning day. The guy's like, it's been really bad this week. Yeah. What did you guys do what kind of mistake did you guys make to get assigned to seagull duty? Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him.
Didn't pay attention to the schedule, apparently.
Don't talk to him. Come on, discipline, folks. In order, behind me. Up 2, up 2, up 2, up 2, up and around the first turn of stairs. He's like, and you're on your own. And he takes the mops back and is like, have fun.
We'll have beer at the beach.
Okay, cool. I'll look for that. And he sits down on the edge of the ledge, just kind of kicking his feet over the side of the sea, and is like, "I want to see big splashes, people, big splashes."
Okay, let me get everybody onto the
What?
map.
Oh, I thought that was what we were doing.
Mm.
I thought you were doing that while we were talking.
All right, here we are. I'm kind of spreading us out so people can see our names.
Oh my god!
It's great, isn't it?
That's tall. That's a
I gotta. I have to move me on the map because I am not a person on the. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, the North Gate is, it's the biggest thing you guys have ever seen in your life.
You can see the Sea Gate so much better from up here. I couldn't even see it from the West Gate. I should have done oh my god, I should have jumped this gate. I'm tempted to go with you, except I gotta tell everybody at the beach that
looking out over here.
It certainly is a long way down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
The sea is that marvelous, or the water below you is that marvelous kind of vibrant azure that you get because the Golden City, which we may not have mentioned this yet, but the Hollow Knights built it in the caldera of a stratovolcano, Mount Gleandrum, and it's got that weird algal blueness to the water. So it's this really bright, vivid kind of glassy blue all the way across, and you can see the massive stretches of the causeways stretching out. The north and the south towers going to the mines and quarries that get granite for fresh buildings in the city. The west tower going off to the spires where you guys were born, all 5 of them stretching way and away up the side of the crater, over the top of the mountain and up into the skies, with kind of arcane energy dancing around them and occasional sort of sparks of something strange, rain coming down them. And then off to the east, where you guys are going to be getting out, you can see where the lip of the volcano comes down to its lowest point. And on that causeway is the living quarter, where all visitors to the city tend to stay because, well, that's where the restaurants are and the hotels. And you can also see the beach, and you can see the sort of constant rainbow in the spray from the water, where the lake cascades down continuously over the side and off into the gleaming valley below. And you can also see the Sea Gate, which is almost as big.
Gate. Oh, the Sea Gate, yeah.
The Sea Gate, which is almost as big as the thing that you're standing on. Shorter, but still just huge, and built out of this intensely black stone.
View up here is amazing.
Oh, this was nice. Let's go, shall we?
And around the time that you're doing this, another group of legionnaires comes up the stairs on the other side, and you see them sort of talking, and you see a bunch of people go, yeah.
Isn't that the best idea?
Yeah, two of them run up to the edge and kind of quiver back, and one of them's like, dun dun, ah.
Other people are jumping off the North Gate?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you hear this very far away splash, way far down below. And then one of the other ones kind of walks up to the edge and covers his eyes and just goes, ah! And you hear this plunge down at the bottom, because he doesn't really do a very good job hiking or anything. And then the last guy, the last guy kind of steps away, and this big woman walks over and picks him up, and he's kind of shaking his head, but also you can see laughing, and she picks him up, holds him out over the edge, and just drops him. And you hear this far down below.
That was an
I'm just gonna say this. Just because all of my siblings jump off the wall doesn't mean...
I push Wanderweed off the wall. Do I have to make an attack roll for that?
It doesn't sound like it. It is an exhilarating...
Exhilarating! Yes! Sure!
Give me an acrobatics roll.
I'm trying, but Astral is not...
Astral's not cooperating. You can hand roll if you want.
Cooperating. I don't have my dice up here because I thought I wouldn't need them.
Because you thought Astral would be kind.
I can roll
All right.
for you if you want me to click on your character sheet and roll.
Hang on, let's try it that way. Come on. What the heck?
Here, I'll roll a d20 and you tell me what your mod is.
Okay. I gotta look that up.
Oh, no, it's... Ooh, no, Astral... No, Astral is just being a butt.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
It is about as 2020 up in here as it gets.
This game is cursed.
Yeah, it's coist.
There we go. It's all catching. Oh my god.
Okay.
So many numbers. It'd be the first one.
It's long. You know what? It's long enough that I'm going to give you all...
The first one was 21.
The first one was 21?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, so we'll take that one then.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, basically you're like, oh wow, I actually have time, and you're like, I can do a flip, I can do backflips, I should probably pike now to hit the water, and you're like, shunch, you manage to just kind of knife down into the water beautifully.
Nice.
And yeah, with a 21, you were skilled enough that was actually exhilarating and a really amazing feeling. And you're like, I could probably do 5 flips if I did that exactly right.
Denari,
Well,
your turn.
yeah, but I'll probably never do it again. So.
Yep.
Look over. That looked like the most terrifying thing ever. I would prefer not to go into the water, please.
I push you.
I guess we're doing grapple at this point, right?
I guess.
Yeah. So it would be Lond, you roll athletics, I think, against Denari's athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics, please.
My acrobatics is considerably better than my athletics.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oof. Roll 2 ones in a row.
That was a 1.
That was a 1. But,
Okay. So, Lond, you rolled a natural 1.
Yep.
Dancing around on the edge of a 100-foot tall granite gate. And Denari, you rolled slightly better.
Are we both going?
I'm going to say that you lunge at Denari, and Denari kind of scrambles out of the way clumsily, and you go over the edge.
So Lond is going in the drink. Okay.
Lond is going in the drink.
I just kind of shake my head and turn around and start walking
I shall
back.
come join us.
You don't... Yeah. Join us!
Okay.
I like the fact that there might have been 2 mystery sign.
Like, what?
So I make a acrobatics check.
Yeah, to see if you can pull off a nice, cool entry.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Is Woodrow really really soft for everyone else or just me?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you're a little quiet. Very quiet. You're muffled.
A little quiet.
You're a little muffled.
Only a little bit.
Probably because I'm not actually got the Mac in front of me. Is that better?
That might help. Yes. There we
That
go.
would do it. Yes. Okay. Yes.
It happens. It happens.
Pulling it out.
Okay. Well, Denari, your friends are in the drink and you are not.
Uh,
Yeah. So you're just like, time to go for a walk to the beach. All right. You walk back down the stairs, and you come by the guy with the 4 mops, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I thought you were supposed to be jumping."
Yeah, that's what they thought too. And I just keep walking.
Smooth. All right.
This is not going how you envisioned Fran, is it?
No, of
Not
course
at
not.
all.
No. This game one would hardly expect it to. So, Denari, you have a nice leisurely walk through the city, down past the academy and everything, and down onto the East Causeway through the living quarters. So as you're walking, you go from fewer and fewer hollow folk like hollow legionnaires and hollow knights to more and more living folk of flesh. A lot of ironbred who are they're kind of horse humanoid people, so they've got long faces and they've got hooved feet and then human hands. They're big burly folk. They're very friendly, and they're the majority of the fleshy beings who live in this city. But there are a number of humans and some dwarves and elves and so forth. And as you get into the living quarter, there are even more of them. There are traders hawking their wares. There are visitors gawking at stuff. There are people arguing. You catch a brief sight of Captain Brevin, who's the commander of the guard. He's this really magnificent, tall, kind of Herculean figure of a guy in golden. His armor is golden and extremely well crafted. It looks very much like an actual human man in statuary in armor form. And then you sort of march the rest of your way along, past all of that, down onto the big open area, which is mostly carts and stuff going back and forth to serve the living quarter. And finally, you get to the very far side, which is where the land gate to the rest of the Gleaming Valley is, and where the inns are for traders who don't want to necessarily stay in the city. And you come to the beach, where you sit down to wait.
So is it this little peninsula? There's like an island-looking thing, and then there's a little peninsula-looking thing.
Yeah.
Bay.
Probably, yeah. I can't see what you're looking at, and neither can the audience. So I'm
well, the
going to
audience
say
can see what I'm looking at because I've got
the
it on the
audience
screen.
can't because I'm looking at. Okay, unless you.
I
Are we
opened-
really delayed? We're really delayed. Okay, that's what's going on. My apologies, audience. Normally I'm a lot wittier about this crap, so.
I'm wondering if there's actually any audience out there. The chat has been completely dead, so while we wait for the video to catch up, hey,
there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's not worry about this.
if you're watching, please feel free to say hi. That's all I was going
There
to
are
say.
18 names as viewers in the chat, so I don't know how many of them are active viewers, because I am notorious at watching a Twitch stream and then just leaving it open in my browser and mucking off and forgetting I left it open.
Yeah.
So it could
Feel
be
free to-
18 people doing that.
Feel free to say hi if you have questions about our players, our characters, the Gleaming City, or Dead Man's Rust in general. You have one of the writers here to answer your questions.
Yeah.
Plug. Also, buy Frostlands of Fenrilic.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah. So in any case, Denari, you're down here on the beach outside the land gate. Meanwhile,
We actually can't see that map, by the way, because I'm not on.
because you're unless you're on.
I was just showing the map in the streaming view, so that viewers can see it.
Yeah.
I've been bouncing between maps pretty actively. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
This wasn't supposed to be me. This wasn't supposed to be me. Okay.
Yep. So, Wanderweed, you and Lond hit the water at different angles. You are sort of you sink down slowly through this blue, and it takes a very long time to get to the bottom because the lake is pretty deep.
I probably
But-
sink a
How
little
much-
faster because I'm heavier.
How much do I panic because I forget that I don't have to breathe?
You had a really good acrobatics roll, so I think you were in pretty good control when you hit. So I'm gonna say that there's a brief moment of, oh wait, no, we were doing this on purpose. I got this. It's gonna be okay. And then part of it is also just that it's so beautiful down here. It's all curtains of shimmering blue and gold from the sunlight hitting the silt in the water. And for a long time, there's really nothing but this blue all around you, because the sunlight is way far up there and the bottom is way down there, and you can't really
And there's
see
fish.
either of them very clearly. And yeah, there are fish, and and then gradually you see a darkening down below you, and you start to see rocks rise up and go past as you're sinking down, and finally, you sort of clank off this rock and then slide down this rock and land on a clunk. And the clunk is kind of interesting because it's a more metallic than stony sort of noise.
Clunk. I'm over here on the
Yeah.
rocks.
I will look down and feel and see. Is it a metal bottom? Metal floor?
It feels almost more like you're kind of wiping away muck and scunge and everything, and it feels almost more like a statue or something. And then you start to see,
And you glow. We both glow.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you can
so
see
you can
a good
kinda,
20
kind
feet
of
away
see
from you.
that you're lying on top of or you're kneeling on top of sort of a sculpted metallic surface, and there are runes and shapes engraved into it. And as you're kind of doing this, you're like, what is this thing? Is it a cylinder? And you start to see a glow appearing in the light a little bit up the slope from you. And as you're looking at that, something starts to loom towards you out of that area. And what you see is an enormous head with multiple eyes at various seemingly almost random positions around it, and a great big mouth with a flame inside that glows like a burning ember or a forge heart, and it's kind of looking down at you.
I zoomed way in to show it in the stream.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill Lond.
Lond.
Speaking of
Lond,
Yeah.
Lond is
Sort of,
falling now.
yeah, you were following the path of Wanderweed's bubbles as they went down, and
I'm a pretty good swimmer
Yeah,
when I don't
yeah.
roll ones.
yeah, so you're able to steer in the general direction of where they landed. And then around about the time you figure you've got to be getting close to the bottom, you see a light coming from over where they are that's not the normal glow of Hollow Legionnaire light. It's something else. It's orangey. Oop. And we just had a power blink here, so I'm hoping we didn't lose anything.
I think we're still good.
Still there.
Yep. Looks like we're still good. Okay, good.
Is
All right.
I mean,
There it goes
is
again.
there a storm?
Yeah.
We're
Is
so
there a
cursed.
storm going on?
I have no idea.
If this goes out, folks, it was nice knowing you all, and we hope you enjoyed this
Good
glance
Wendy.
into Dead Man's Rust.
We
but
are
yeah,
so
keep
cursed.
broadcasting as long as we can.
I'm looking this up here.
Mhm.
Periods of moderate to heavy rainfall will lead to an increased threat of landslides in western Washington. That's
Well, if we're washed away, at least we did it doing what we loved.
I gotta
but
say
it's only
something.
mostly cloudy.
I gotta say something about Dead Man's Rust where the Kickstarter is right now because this is funny. So we're at $22,562 with 369 backers.
Nice.
And with 69 hours to go.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so
I thought that was funny.
on Skarn. Meanwhile, on Skarn, yeah, Wanderweed.
But it does mean you have 69 hours to get your pledge in.
That's
Please
true.
feel free.
Yep.
And the
It
next,
looks like a fantastic product.
the next 3 stretch goals are so good. I want them so badly.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
because they're all VTT tokens and maps for games just like this one, for virtual tabletop, or print them out and use them for your manual tabletop. What do we call it?
For the actual book. They're all tied into the
they're all
actual
4
book.
adventures from the book, but you could use them in any kind of like woodsy, or they're 3 different themes.
Yeah, you can pull them out and put them anywhere.
Yeah.
But in any case, getting back to the fact that Wanderweed just landed on the belly of some Lovecraftian metal monster on the bottom of the perfectly safe lake.
That doesn't look anything legionary or Hollow Knighty.
Yeah. It looks Hollow Nightmare. How about we put it that way?
Oh my goodness! And I'm over like here apparently.
Yeah, and you can hear kind of a boiling noise and see bubbles coming out of the thing's mouth as if water is being literally boiled away by the heat of some engine inside of it. What do you do?
Well, I'm thinking, oh shit.
Hey, back away.
Yeah, so you're finding it kind of hard to move quickly in the water down here because every time you push, you just kind of push off and you end up sort of floating. So it's kind of this nightmare feeling of... And meanwhile, Lond, I assume you're moving in as fast as you can?
I guess. I didn't bring, like... I guess I brought my... Did I bring my greatsword?
No, probably not.
So neither of us have our
Would you need it? Yeah. So
going to kill Lond.
Lond, what you see is basically the light starts to rise up, and around it you can see this immense dark shape, and at its foot you can see the glow of a Legionnaire's light moving in your direction.
I'm like, I can't. I try to say Wanderweed, but it's just
yeah.
I'm underwater.
Whale song.
So I just sort of wave.
Yeah.
Like as well as I can with the water resistance. So I've got a little bit experience, a tiny bit of experience scuba diving. So it's hard if you don't know what you're doing.
And you're platier mailed too, so you're
heavier.
Actually, you're a little bit more solidly on the bottom, so you have a little bit more traction.
But I also am slower because there's more of me to move.
So you're kind of pushing forward. Wanderweed is pushing back, and the thing, the light swivels like a lighthouse light, pointing in the other direction away from you guys, and there's this enormous rush of water as the thing starts moving away down into the deeper darkness of the lake, and huge swirls of turbulence raise mud and muck all over the place, and you just kind of barely manage to find each other and kind of cling onto each other's hands like,
I'll kill you later.
and then the muck gradually settles down, and you can't really talk because, again, under the lake. But when the muck finally settles, there's nothing. The lake is beautiful.
It's gone?
And it's gone. It just kind of vanished into the distance.
My mouth, what was that? So it's just...
I mouth back, how the hell should I know?
What do you do?
We move away from where the thing...
Toward the beach?
Yes.
I point to where I think the beach is with my... my navigation's not Do you need me to roll survival?
The bright side is you can sort of see the looming shape of the causeway to align yourself with, and you're
Okay.
like, okay, that should be the northern causeway. Somewhere along there should be the arch that, somewhere over that darkness is probably the piers. So if we kind of walk that way towards the piers, we should be able to find our way to somewhere.
Okay, so we start
I'm gonna,
beach walking. Okay. And
Yeah.
just note we're an hour and 15 in, so
okay. All right. Yeah.
keep the pace up.
Yeah. So speaking of an hour and 15, let's say an hour and 15 minutes later, because you guys are really, shagging it pretty hard to get the hell away from
As
whatever that
much as
was.
I'd like to see, get a glance at what
boats.
it looks like
I don't
underneath
care.
the boats.
Let's go.
Yeah, look at boats, boats.
Yeah, you guys pass by, the massive darkness of the sea gate, and you see what look like they're probably merchant ships from all over the fucking world up there, and there's rowboats and people out fishing and shit, and you see some fishing lines that you could tug on, and it would be really funny, but fuck all of that because you're getting out of the water.
Yes.
Too bad we can't stay.
Yeah, exactly. So Denari, you're kind of down on the lakefront, and you see gradually some of your friends and Lon's friends and cohorts show up, and people are like, "Wait a minute, Denari, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to Wasn't Lon supposed to be doing stuff with you?"
Yeah. I felt like I didn't really want to go in the water. I'm not really a water person. And then Lon was like, "No, you're really going in the water." And somehow, instead of me ending up in the water, Lon did. It was the most interesting moment.
So the plural of this group of legionnaires is a paroxysm of legionnaires. Basically, they are just laughing their asses off, and a couple of them, they're all just completely caving in. One of them is unpacking a basket full of little bite-sized tasty snacks from all over the place
the fact that we don't need to eat.
celebrate. You don't need to eat. That's why they're bite-sized. It's just a whole bunch of little teeny tiny appetizers. There's Shelzari candied ginger treats, and there's
Oh my god, Shelzari candied ginger's the bomb.
a little jigger of Calastian spiced winter wine, and all of these kind of little things.
Calastia.
Yeah, just
Only good thing from Calastia.
Spice winter wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so everybody's just kind of laughing about it, and they keep making you tell the story over and over again because, they're like, do Lon's face again. So they're just having a grand old time laughing, and they're just like, so when they come out, everybody has to go, oh! Okay, so the time finally arrives. You guys, the water starts getting shallower and shallower, and it starts to be sandy. And
I drag a wanderweed onto the beach.
yeah, you guys are kind of mutually dragging each other, just hauling up.
I wasn't supposed to do this a second time.
Yep.
We'll kill you.
But it was
soon.
a shorter walk, to be fair.
Yep.
We'll kill you soon.
Yeah. So your head's. Oh, hold on.
So your head, yeah. And of course
This is
the
why I
phone
put on
rings.
Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, that's a family call. So we're gonna take a very brief break, if that's okay, and I'll be right back with you.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fine. So we can talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah. So
I can drink
we are
liquids.
so cursed. As the curse
Yes.
continues.
So hi everybody who might or may not be watching. And I hope you're enjoying this as much as we are. Actually, I hope you're enjoying this even more than we are, because I'm enjoying this quite a bit. And yeah, kickstart Dead Man's Rust. Buy Fran and Sarah's products. Listen to Fran's and my podcast.
I don't know if I can put the links in the Twitch doobly-doo yet. I asked for permission to do that, but
I plugged the podcast. I don't.
No, but if you paste a link, and you're not an admin, it just shows up as 3 dots, so people can't spam the thing.
Oh, that's why
so
Fran
we can't post links.
3 dots.
Yeah. Okay. And mine would, if you scroll up, the only links that are there is either by Plastic Age Plays or the Nightbot.
If you can go to Drive-Thru RPG, you can search for Sarah Stewart and or Fran Stewart, and you'll come up with a whole bunch of items. And Fran's in my podcast, which is still currently on hiatus, but we have many episodes. It could be found on iTunes or Podbean. We'd love for folks to listen. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to get feedback on this game.
And
what do you think?
And if you want to play in a game run by Fran and I, which will hopefully have fewer technical problems, because we are cursed today. We're just cursed today. Like, everything going wrong could be going wrong. So hopefully there won't be all of these things going wrong. But on January, I believe it's 9th and 10th, we're going to be running a live games as part of OrcaCon's online convention. Orca, OCRACON. OrcaCon. It's a Pacific Northwest game convention where usually they do tabletop gaming and board games and card games and the like. Not really video games, just tabletop. Fantastic local, super what's the word I'm looking for, Cassie?
Inclusive.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, super inclusive convention. And we're going to be running 2 Scarlands games for that convention. Not related to Dead Man's Rust, because the Kickstarter will be over by then. We're going to be running a game related to Frostlands of Fenrilik, which is the title we worked on that came out in October, or end of October, early November. And then we're going to be running a game, and that's on Saturday. I don't remember. And we may be live streaming that one on OrcaCon's Twitch channel, I think, or some kind of live channel. And then on Sunday we're going to be running a game called Vigil Training Mission. We've run this one a couple times, and folks are going to be again kind of trainees doing a first mission, kind of similar kind of vibe to this game, except not Legionnaires jumping into a lake.
Yeah, I mean, it's vigil. It's their vigilance from Vesh. Their trainee vigilance. Which is in the core Scarlands Player's Guide. They talk about that.
Yeah, and we'll be doing that game on Sunday. So if you want to play in one of our games, it's the convention itself to participate is $2 if you want to sign up ahead of time, or you can join the OrcaCon Discord and join day of. So if you guarantee a spot, it's $2.
It's $2 if you want to play in any of the
scheduled games.
The scheduled games, pickup games, and I think panels are free.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's $2 to register in a general sense to get to the schedule. But yeah, I think it's free. And if you join the Discord, and we still, if you want to guaranteed in the game, pay $2 and you can get in the game. If you try to join day of, if we have space, which they're filling up fast, so we might not have any space. You'd want to, we could, if there's space, we might announce it on the Discord, if there's room.
I had thought you had to pay the $2 for any scheduled games. Because you have to buy tickets. You have to, quote, buy tickets that are free to get slots in the games.
Yeah. But if we're not full, if by some chance we're not full, we may be able to open it up on the Discord. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, the in-person convention is absolutely outstanding.
Oh my God, yes.
The online convention, the in-person convention should be back in 2022. The online convention,
January 2022.
the online convention is looking to be really, really good. There's a large variety of games, everything from Call of Cthulhu to Pathfinder to D&D to there's a Traveler game happening.
Yeah, and I've done 2 of these online conventions already this year, and you'd think it would be like, oh, but you don't get to see people, but it's still a nice to do something different, especially if you're stuck at home like so many of us are. It's just nice to like see different faces on your Zoom or your Discord or whatever it is you're using.
And the nice thing is that for BarCon, the bar never fills up because you can just get on a Discord and chat with people.
But you gotta provide your own drinks.
You gotta provide your own drinks and food.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're not going to get that lovely, lovely bar restaurant that's in the Hilton.
Their beef tips are amazing. I gotta say that every time. I think the last OrcaCon I bought the beef tips twice. They're
I
they're
can't
so
remember what I kept getting.
fucking good. Yeah.
Hey Woodrow, you're gonna be at OrcaCon
2022?
online this year, aren't you?
Oh, are you coming to OrcaCon online? Or do you even know about it yet?
I do know about it. I have tentative plans to attend online over the weekend. I hadn't really thought about any of the gaming stuff, so I'm actually literally looking at that right now.
Have you played in either? You played in the Saturday game we're running. I don't think you've played in the one we're running on Sunday.
Didn't you play? You played in the Frostlands Fenrir game. Also, Liz is running a few games. Our friend Liz, Elizabeth Cole is running 3 games, 2 of which I'll be in. She's got a Star Trek Next Generation game on Friday. She's got a classic Delta Green game on Saturday, and then Sunday she's running a Laundry Files game.
That's a lot.
Which I'm finally going to read the first Laundry Files book because people have been raving about it to me forever.
Yeah,
by Charlie Strauss.
I can't run more than 1 game a day, so that's like, woo.
Yeah.
And I didn't sign up.
She's only running 1 game a day. She's running.
Oh yeah, I didn't sign up to run anything on Friday
3 days
because of day job, so I couldn't commit to running something on Friday. I might play on Friday.
You'll be able to play something, Sarah.
I hope I'll be able to play something on Friday. Yeah. I just didn't want to commit to running in case day job is like, nope, you got work to do. You can't take the day off, because they tend to do that to me. I get last minute like poof, but I definitely have the weekend free. But the great thing is,
unlike last year, I got Friday off.
Yeah, I could have asked for Friday off, but I was like, it's so random that I expect I'll have it off, but our work is very haphazard.
Yeah, so I think it's at orcacon.org.
Orcacon?
I think it's orcacon.org. Really recommend it. Fran, Sarah, and I have all been to a previous OrcaCon. Woodrow, I know this will be your first one.
Yeah, I'll stick the links in the chat
in
as soon as we
2022.
Okay, and
I have my evil plan for OrcaCon 2022 to get as many people out here for it as possible.
Yeah, I don't know how excited people are about the Scarlands, but I'm assuming you're a little excited if you're watching this stream or YouTube video. But OrcaCon, a lot of the old folks, not old like in age necessarily, but the originals who worked on the Scarlands some of them went to Green Ronin Publishing, and through various career changes and whatnot. And they've been using OrcaCon as sort of a reunion. So at least 3, I believe, if not 4, of the guys who worked on the old Scarlands books that came out in the aughts usually show up to OrcaCon. That's where I met several of them several years ago.
These are old White Wolf folks.
Yep. Yeah.
So if you're also interested in old White Wolf games,
yes, they do a lot, and there's
people from we get people from WotC, like Jeremy Crawford was there last year, and
like Pondsmith
and
from
people from
Cyberpunk.
Mike wasn't there. Cody was there.
Cody was there. Mike was there 2 years back.
Yeah.
And so it's a great convention for tabletop. Because we're in Seattle, we're
Crystal
right in the
Fraser,
heart of
the Masterminds was there, and her corgis. I got to pet
That's
Crystal's corgis again. I love petting Crystal's corgis.
So yeah, it's
They're the whole reason, they're the whole reason I go up to Crystal at cons. It's nothing to do with her. It's all the corgis.
we're friends with Crystal, so we cheat. Part of our little community here. But yeah. So anyway, we're babbling about Orcon.
Someday I want to get the bakers out here for it. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. So my plan is to get Travis Legg, our line lead for Scarred Lands, out to Orcon for Orcon 22 as well.
Yeah, and my plan for 2022 is to have Woodrow there, to have Elizabeth Cole, my podcast co-host there, to have our friend Jennifer there, to have spouses there, to have everybody there, so we can have a nice big, rent out a block of rooms and have nice big reunion parties thing.
A block of rooms, despite the fact that we live 30 minutes away, could just commute there every day.
I'm a little further. Okay.
We're 30 minutes away. Yeah. So anyway, there was that babble. I am hoping because, and I apologize. Fran got called away because her mom is ill. So I'm hoping that I fear this may be related.
Everything's
to that.
okay.
I am assuming everything is mostly okay because otherwise she'd be knocking on my door. But probably some kind of, I don't know,
major thing. So Woodrow, what's going on in your gaming life?
I might just continue the plot because I know what the plot is.
Well, very briefly, I just got, of course, my copy of Cyberpunk Red, because I was really delayed in getting it for various reasons, and I'm slowly churning through it. For those who are not aware, I have been playing Cyberpunk like a couple of people who are on today's game for years, and actually still have somewhere my copies of the original 2013 books. And I was really fascinated and really want to do eventually some sort of campaign in Red, but it will probably involve me doing some intense hacking of the setting in some ways that I find particularly engaging and informative for me, given how my life is.
I think Pondsmith would encourage that because that's punk. That's cyberpunk.
That's what I feel about it.
We know Mike and Cody Pondsmith, who.
Yes, y'all do.
And they're amazing people, and Red's pretty awesome. So it's another tabletop game to check out. And I'm sure.
The less said about CP's 2077, the better.
CP 2077 came out a little bit buggy. I'm hoping for some patches, and I am delaying starting that open world RPG until after the holidays in hope that they patch some of the bugs before I dive into that madness. And I know there's other problems with the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I have my own editorial issues, but
but
that is cool.
I saw some of the bugs, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait. I got 3 other games in my queue, so
I would love to play. I would love to play in a Red game that you ran, Woodrow.
Yeah.
So would I.
You would love to play in a Red game that you ran. Yeah. I know the. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat now. I know Fran's plot, and I have a feeling, if we have any viewers left, they're bored out of their minds. So I'm just gonna sort of roll with what happens next.
All right. Okay.
I'm cheating, because I built the maps for Fran, so I know the plot, and hopefully she'll catch up quickly. I'm hoping that nothing too significant has happened, but there's been just cursed. We're cursed today. Cursed of food poisoning and audio issues and just everything. We're just cursed today. And I rolled 3 ones in a row. Just cursed. Okay, so we made it up to the beach. Denari, you're here too, Greta. Oh, and I'm echoing out of that. Hi, it was, something's down there.
What do you mean something's down there? You mean besides water and rocks?
Oh, Lond will kill Lond. Lond! Kill
Get,
Lond!
like, the...
I mean, you got plenty
Forget the
of reason to
pushing.
kill
There's
Lon.
something in the lake. Like,
What used to be here before the war? What used to be here before the war?
what did you got a better look at it than I did, Wonderweed? What did you see?
I rolled a 16 history. Big, lots of eyes, big metal thing, lots of eyes, fire in mouth, some kind of construct.
Metal
Golem.
Titan
Yeah.
Actually, something in the water? You guys aren't just pulling my leg?
No,
Oh, no.
kill Lond.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna kill Lond.
Stop threatening me. It's
Don't ever do that again.
I won't. There's something in the lake. Like, it was like, I don't know, as big as the statues that flanked the gates. But it was like
Sure.
glowing.
Sarah, I rolled a 16 on history, if that gives me any possibility of knowing
I'm
what
not
it
the
is.
GM, so I can't describe it in any level of detail. I just know the plot.
Okay.
It could be a construct of Gulthaga, the Titan of building things. Could be some creation of the Titan of fire, Lulkas.
So it's definitely not some kind of
It could be a fucked up art project.
yeah, it's definitely not some kind of thing the gods had during the war that they just abandoned in this giant crater that became a lake.
You'd think they would have spotted it building the island, though. If it was?
Yeah, I think they would have spotted it building the island anyway.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Seagate. Seagate. Probably came in when they built the Seagate.
That makes sense. It came in from so it came out of the Blessing Sea somewhere. Some
Yeah.
kind of beastie, but it was like
We gotta report this.
yeah, we gotta go to Codpiece. He would know what to do. He would totally Captain Brevin. He would definitely
Brevin, yes,
yeah, Brevin. We gotta go to Brevin.
Yep. Let's go find him.
go find him.
Hey, hi everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Can someone go get Captain Brevin, please? Now? Thank you. I need to sit down for a minute.
I'll carry you to Brevin's office.
I just need to sit down for a minute. I just need to. Yes, I ran. Yes. Hi.
We get like the Legionnaire recruits offer us hot cocoa or tea or something.
I'm taking the wine.
And blankets and wine. Yeah, there was the
I'm taking the wine. I
so.
down the wine.
All right. We could walk to Brevin's office if that is something we want to do.
Well, he was out on patrol, wasn't he?
Yeah.
What was that, Woodrow?
Yeah, I passed him, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I believe Fran mentioned that.
Yeah, I do have a.
Yes, she did.
I do have an office map that we could use. I don't even think I made a mini for Brevin, so I suck. So
we can also theater the mind this.
We will theater the mind this. Yes, we we travel back into the city, back through the land gate, and as the guards there are like, "Hey, you kids out on the beach," and we're like, "Yeah, we're fine. Where's Captain Brevin?" And they're like, so we're on patrol," and it's like, "Okay." And go back into the. I'll bring the city map back so everybody can see it. So we come back in the city. I'm showing off all the cool features of Astral Tabletop, and we can get a nice little pretty brush here. And we were here when we swashed up on the beach. For some reason, there's a big statue of Madriel there. I don't know why. And we come back this way. And to the gate, and hi, can we let it in? And I could actually throw you guys onto this map if you want to see what it looks like. Do you want to see what it looks like?
It's up to you. Up to you.
Trivial to do. No, your icons are here, but it doesn't mean that you're actually here.
Yes. Yep.
I'm just using it as a way of
there we
showing
go.
what the map looks like, so you can see it in your own games.
I only see a tiny little circle.
I'm going to turn off dynamic light. You should be able to see everything. Dynamic lighting is not turned on, so...
I don't know what to tell you.
Well, poo.
I can see everything.
Yeah, why is the full map not working?
It did at first, then all of a sudden the little circle expanded and I could see the entire map, so I don't know what was up.
I kicked dynamic lighting in the head, so...
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I have a weird.
Well, you can
visual.
move around your icon to take a look. If you pick up your icon and move around, it'll expand the map and get rid of the fog of war. So we go through the.
No. Ooh. Ah. Oh.
So we go through the land gate and then down the causeway. You have to always make the Indiana Jones noise music when you're drawing lines on a map. There's rules.
Definitely.
And in the living quarter, see where it says Old Town Barracks on the map? That's where we would find Captain Brevin. Fran, describe what Captain Brevin looks like. I love this description. In Dead Man's Rust, he's the captain of the guard. He's a Hollow Legionnaire. And we say Hollow Legionnaires because we're spirits in armor. We don't really have junk per se. You know, we have what we envision for our in our mind's eye of what our bodies are like, but we're encased in this armor, and we really can't, other than, you know, going through a big ritual ceremony to transfer into a new suit of armor, we don't leave the armor. But we do have fleshy skin that you can see, although it's translucent. So we're kind of really weird. Gender, as a result, is not necessarily as important, unless it's like a real significant part of your personality. Captain Brevin, gender is a significant part of his personality. And when he put on his plate mail, he grew pecs. and like he's got the you know the Batman, the bad Batman movie armor. It's like that. He's got the plate mail nipples.
He's got bat nipples.
And he's actually got, you know, there's like the piece of armor that covers your neck. His looks like a beard, like a long carved, you know, statuesque beard. I forget what it's called. Fran remembers what the piece of armor is called.
I see, compensating.
And he goes by the name, or what most people nickname, he doesn't go by this, he goes by Captain Brevin, but a lot of people have nicknamed him Codpiece. So you can pretty much picture what he looks like from the waist down.
Like I said, compensating for something.
Yes. I don't think he's compensating. I think it fits his personality. So he's really easy to spot, and I think he's Gold Spire, so he's also got that glowing vibe.
Hey!
Did we get?
All right.
I hope everything is okay.
Is everything okay?
Is everything okay?
Oh, was I not muted that whole time?
We didn't hear anything.
No,
so.
you
didn't hear anything.
We didn't hear anything. We're just concerned.
Right now, so.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
You can hear me.
Yep.
We can hear you. So you want to fix your audio there?
I sat on my volume, that's why. This game is just...
This game is cursed.
First gets.
We are cursed.
Yeah, thank you, audience, for standing by and listening to us.
Assuming you are still listening to us.
I have evidence that one person in the chat, that at least one person was there. But
it's fine. I'm not worried about it. You know, it's live theater.
So Fran, just real quick, is everything okay?
It's complicated and it's very 2020. So, but we won't worry about that because we're live. So
okay, so we are going to see Captain Brevin. Sarah moved the story along just a little bit.
Good
just
plan.
A little bit. We basically have approached Brevin at the Old Town Barracks, and I've got the map back up, and I drew a little Indiana Jones line to show where we went.
I see that. Yep.
So this is not to scale.
And I had to move all over the place because for some reason my dynamic lighting is
was
Don't know
still
why.
showing the circle. Despite turning dynamic lighting off, it wasn't showing the whole map.
Yep.
So I think it has something to do with fog of war, which I swear I have turned off. But
Yep. Mm-hmm.
sure,
Yeah, it does. It's fog of war because I can see where I've been.
I'm gonna enable it and disable it. Okay, if I enable fog of war.
Oh, hey, there it goes. Nope.
No.
It
And disable
it
fog
went
of war.
full, and then it
How's that?
there we go.
Okay.
Now I've got it.
I turned it on.
I'm there.
It's the old trick. I turned it on and turned it back off again.
Yep.
Which is like the old trick backwards.
How that works.
I actually think I know why it's doing it. It's because
Okay.
the setting I set in Astral for the game.
Okay. The audience doesn't care.
I am curious about this, Fran. There's what looks like a little string out by one of the gates where we passed. It's going out into the water. This little curving.
That's
thing.
the path that goes down the side of the mountain. That's the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
All right.
that leads to the land road that goes down to that leads to the land road that goes down to the fortress at the foot of the mountain that watches over the valley, and to the highways that go out on overland.
Yeah, so this is what this whole map that I'm showing right now is a draft, very rough draft.
Yep.
That will be presumably updated with really shiny, pretty art by some artist who's not us.
Yep.
For Dead Man's Rust. So art pending.
Was this one of the maps that you created? Or?
Yes.
Roughly.
I recreated based off of the existing Golden City map.
All the black on the map was original from the Gelspad campaign setting book, and the rest Fran made. So, including the textures on the funky gray buildings. So,
nice.
Okie dokie.
So in any case, you guys make your way through the living quarter, hurrying your way along to the barracks is what they call it, which is where the city guard is headquartered, and where Captain Brevin is usually most likely to be found. The old town barracks are kind of weird. This was another one of those buildings that was built by the Hollow Knights before they remembered all of the stuff that you do when you're alive and all the sort of things that you need when you're a living being. So it's kind of very slab-sided, and when you get inside, the building is kind of peculiarly bare. There are benches along two walls, and then it looks like a whole bunch of walls and other furniture were removed because they probably were put in there without a real thought to function. But there are desks there now, and you can hear Captain Brevin's laugh before you actually get to the building. So, and it's this big, he's got this really big, booming, cheery laugh. So that feels a little bit better.
A little bit, not a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So, Captain, there's a thing in the lake. It's huge. Thing in the lake.
Lots of eyes. Lots of big eyes. Fire.
Everybody.
Fire.
Calm down. All right. Let's get everybody seated, and let's you explain to me one at a time what happened.
Okay. You know the ceremony where we throw people off the gates?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yes,
we
push me in.
Yes, I pushed them in. And then she pushed me in.
I'm they, them, remember.
Get to the part.
So we went to the north gate instead of the east gate, so we could walk underneath the boats, because that would be cool. And I guess they were pretty, but we really didn't give it a look. So when we landed,
I landed on something metal, okay? I landed on something metal, and I was like, "Oh, gee, what's this?" So I uncovered some of the muck, and then suddenly this big head came out. This metal head, lots of eyes, lots of red eyes. It opened its mouth. There was this fire. It was fire. It was fire everywhere, and then it went away, and I ran.
It was huge. It wasn't like a legionnaire or nothing. It was like the size of the statues. But it wasn't like one of the statues that are on the sides of the gate. And like
all of you guys, take a deep breath. You did the right thing coming to me. We're gonna get people on it. You're gonna take me to about where you think this was, and I'm gonna send
water again.
You don't have to.
Okay.
I'm gonna send some people down, and he's like snapping his hands and motioning, and guards are, heads are popping up all over the place as other guardsmen, hollow legionnaires, and there's this big giant ironbred with a huge scar along his neck, who's like pointing to, grab that, go get that, and he grabs a big pole arm, and they're all kind of gathering up behind him, and he's like, we're gonna look, and we're gonna find out what this thing was. You guys did an important thing. You did it well. You can relax now. It's in our hands.
And for viewers, ironbred are basically horse people. They're a bit taller than your average human, and they're a large minority in the Gleaming City, in the Golden City.
Yep. Yeah. So they form up
entirely other thing.
Yeah, they form up sort of a phalanx around you guys, and march their way double time through the city to the north gate. You guys point them to which side you go off of. You went off of,
and it went that way.
It was like here.
Okay. All right. You two and you two straight in and down to the bottom. You two and you two further up along there, because if it was going to go any place, it would have had to pass through the third arch. All right, so go do that, and then he sort of, gets you guys back from the place and sits you down, and spends some time calming you down and talking it through, getting a little bit more of a description, getting you oriented on the details and everything. Taking notes on what you said you saw, and after about an hour or so, the legionnaires who went into the water start reporting back, and after about 3 hours, Brevin comes back to you and is like, okay, so I still don't know what it was you saw. But whatever it was, it appears to be gone now. I'm taking you at your word that you saw what you said you saw. I trust you.
There were symbols on it too. I didn't get a good look though.
Okay.
Sea gate. It probably came in and went out through the sea gate.
Maybe.
That's the only thing I can think of.
It's possible. It's possible, and that would explain why it's gone.
Did you see any of the symbols closer? Because I didn't.
I don't know. Did I see any of the symbols closer?
Roll. What would that be?
Perception, investigation.
Either investigation or knowledge arcana, whichever is higher.
Let me take a look here. I looked at the character sheet for that. Arcana is a 1. Investigation is, well, they're the same, so I'm going to roll investigation.
Oh, damn.
17. Not bad. Oh, wait.
Okay, yeah. With a 17, yeah, you can kind of, you're like, there was one that was kind of a scriggly wiggly, and he's like, okay, try drawing it out down here. At that, as you're sort of scribbling it down and trying to figure it out, Denari, can you roll a knowledge arcana for me?
I can. If I can click. Good grief. There we go.
Come on, Astral. Hey!
Nice.
Another
Perception
hot damn biscuits.
buddies.
you're looking at it. You're looking at it, and you're like, I know that word. That word means that means, well, it means patience, but in an arcane sense, it means protector. And you're like, you can't really grab onto it, but you remember that word, and you remember it being important.
So I start to explain this, and I'm like, yeah, that word, it means, and I look directly at the way I say this, patience, and I explain the rest of it.
Huh.
So,
Protector
Okay.
of what, though?
beaches?
All right.
What was here before the lake?
Well, before the lake, there was a volcano here, so.
What I'm saying is, what was here that it could have come from, that it could be protected? This is something to do with a fire spirit. I saw fire inside it.
Could it be like some monster of Gulthaga? Or like Thulkast or something? One of the Titans?
It could be any number of things, but honestly, I'm just a guardsman. I'm gonna get this information to the kind of people who will have a better chance of figuring out what's going on. You guys did right in reporting it to me. I think you've had as much excitement today as anybody could possibly want.
Oh,
So,
yes.
yeah, I think you guys should just go home and enjoy your meal, and just try to relax and treat this as one of those good stories that happen. Okay.
Oh,
But I have a problem.
Hmm?
What?
I came here to solve problems. This is a big problem, apparently. How can I solve it if I'm sitting back at the barracks or at the home not doing anything?
He puts his hands on your shoulders and he's like, I understand how it feels. I remember. And the problem is that sometimes we're not ready to solve the problems that we want to solve yet. That's why you're still in your forge years. But you'll get there. And you've already given a piece of information that we didn't have. So if there's more that the folks that I'm going to give this knowledge to need or think that they can use, they'll be in touch with you. Don't worry about that, okay? But part of the lesson of your forge years is learning how to wait. I know that can be hard.
Okay, since I just said that to somebody else, I guess I better this time.
okay. Should I bring us back to the academy?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. Do. So I get this little button here that's add party to area, and then you click on where you want to put them, and I go, bring. It's neat. I am the master of Astral Tabletop. Okay.
We're all there.
Yay!
Yay. Back to our little house.
Denari's just gonna plop down on one of the chairs, well, benches here, and just be like,
You know what? Wonderweed's going to do the same thing. It's been a day.
Yeah.
It's been a day. No one will sit next to me. Oh,
What was that, Woodrow?
Everybody's over there. I will sit over here.
Yeah, what'd you say, Woodrow?
I was saying she's just like this right now.
Yeah.
I'll do both of your chores for a week. Just don't be mad at me anymore.
Yeah. Hadar and Zurban are just like, what happened?
We explain the story.
Yeah.
So only half the money has to change hands.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what I should say is that as much as that statement was made, as soon as you guys come in looking kind of, disheveled and distraught and everything, they are just all business. It's all focused on you. Zurban sits down and is like, you want to draw that symbol out for me and we can try to unravel a little bit more of it?
I guess.
Mhm.
I guess. Yeah, sure.
So
I'll just, yeah, I guess so.
yeah, if so basically you guys do have your celebratory dinner, but there's also a little bit more to it that you're sort of sitting there sketching down and like, it had this kind of a marking that I sort of only halfway remember, and then Denari weighing in and being like, could it have been something like this? Yeah, that sounds right. And you're sort of managing to reconstruct some of the shapes on it, and a lot of them nobody's really able to make much sense of, but between Denari and Zurban, you're able to sort of extract various individual words. There's protector and patient, there's walking, there's strength, there's all these kind of different individual words that Denari, you like, in the back of your brain, you're like, this definitely has a meaning. It's just I don't have it anymore.
They just look squiggles to me. I don't see how you're getting any meaning out of these weird ass marks.
Yeah. Zurban is like,
What does Emmet mean? Sorry.
Zurban is like, this is a really interesting thing, because I know some of these have arcane meanings, but I have a feeling this is a different language than, this is not standard arcane symbology. This is from somebody else's language. You're pulling from something ancient or lost. So somewhere in you have some interesting knowledge that's going to come out someday, I think.
You think this is a Titan thing? Definitely.
I couldn't say. I can't think of anything that's like this. The Titans tended more towards, just making a thing than, this feels more like mortal casting to me, but I don't know for sure.
Okay, I'm going to bed. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I don't sleep.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Yeah,
I'm not going to bed.
I know we don't sleep, but I think I need a rest.
We take a long rest.
Yep. Yeah. So you do celebrate, and they have some of your favorite foods and some fun table and card games, and you do have some of your more low-key friends over for a little bit more of a formal celebration, and then you do whatever it is that you do during the course of the night. And the night passes uneventfully, as far as you can tell.
If you don't mind, I'll switch off to conserve my batteries.
Because we're nerds.
Because we're nerds.
The next morning, you all get up, and they're like, well, I know you had a big day yesterday, but it's time to do chores again. So off to exercises for you. And then I've got some stuff for you to do down at the market. We're running short on root vegetables, so.
Okay.
That's an inside joke between Fran and me. It's always root vegetables. Okay.
So you spend your morning doing your exercises, and then you are sent out with baskets for groceries down to the center of town.
Bloop, 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 bloop. New map.
New map. New map.
New map.
New map.
New map. New map. Find the characters. Put them on the map. Bloop. Bloop, bloop. We're gonna be in buildings. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop.
We get there.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Not in buildings. I think a nice little line. All right. should simplify our names. Our names are very big. All right.
Okay.
Denari
All
seems
right.
to be leading the way.
Really?
So-
Would be you leading away?
You know, it varies from moment to moment depending on, you know, everybody's like,
Yeah.
okay, so where do we get the rutabagas? Rutabaga guy. Oh, I know a guy down in the courtyard who sells really, really good fresh rutabagas. I'm just having fun saying rutabagas now.
There's
But
this
Yeah,
shortcut
it's a funny
through this.
word.
There's a shortcut through this alleyway.
so you so you guys are heading down to one of the smaller marketplaces to pick up a few of the more esoteric items, and I would like all of you to roll perception.
Because I'm so good at that. Better at that than I am at whatever it was you had me roll last time. What was it? Insight.
Well, I mean, you know, Denari, you're just distracted by everything that's going
Apparently.
on, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So with a 17, Lond, you are aware enough to kind of go, and notice that there's a guy leaning up against a building who is looking at you and also studying somebody a little ways away. And when he notices you looking at him, he's kind of like, and then stops looking at you and is sort of, you know, quietly studying a stand full of hats, let's say.
You said he's kind of like, for people who couldn't see your facial expression.
He kind of does a, you know, like a subtle, hey, come over here for a minute gesture.
Hey, bud.
So I saw that, and Wanderweed saw that.
You want to buy it?
Yeah. Wanderweed, when you pick up on the back and forth, you're able to catch that too.
Look
Who
at.
is that? Do you know?
I don't know. I wander over. Don't.
Are you sure this is a good? Here we go.
It's a golden city, safest place in the world, right?
What's happening?
It's pretty safe.
Dum, 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 dum.
So let's
Hello,
wander
friendly
over,
stranger.
I guess.
Where's Ron going now?
Just follow me, okay?
Okay.
Dum, 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 dum.
Friendly stranger.
Okay.
It's been night.
So the guy kind of keeps looking at the rack full of hats, but as soon as you guys step up, he says, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there seems to be somebody following you. I think spying on you. Is there some reason that should be happening?
Oh, great.
Don't look around.
Too late, I already looked around.
And he puts his hand on his shoulder and kind of points with a finger and is like, over there in that corner.
Do we have to make perception checks, or?
Yeah, it'd probably be a good idea.
Cool.
Oh, nice Wanderweed.
Thank you.
Denari is still not in this conversation.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Who are you guys talking to?
Denari was also smart enough not to fall into a lake. So it can be
That's true.
forgiven.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, Lond and Denari are both doing the thing, but Wanderweed, you know what to look for, and there's it looks like you're kind of like, you know, there's nobody here except for, and then you catch sight of her. It's a halfling woman in a messenger's outfit. who is very, very carefully looking at a stand that's over there, and you realize that she's looking at a shield on the stand that's very highly polished, and almost certainly watching you guys in the reflected image in the shield. So she's actually being really, really slick, and you wouldn't have spotted her without her being pointed out.
Well, I think I'm going to be casually wandering over.
Do. The stranger is like, no, what?
And I'm still like, what's going on?
Hi!
Okay.
How's it going?
She's gonna have to.
Wow.
Do I make her jump?
Sorry. As a
She
player, I
contains
love
it really well. She contains it really well.
Okay.
And it's like, huh, what, me? What do you want?
No, I think the operative question is, what do you want?
I don't want nothing. I'm just here delivering the mail.
Oh, don't kid a kidder.
And she kind of glances over and is like, huh. And we're gonna roll.
Do describe your facial expressions, because
Yeah, sorry. She glances
Tell me what
over.
I saw.
Yeah, she glances over at Lond and the friendly stranger, and is like, shit. Listen, kid, you should really get out of here. It's about to get unhealthy.
Okay. What's going on?
You're tangled up in something that's bigger than you are, and I don't think you want it.
What's your name, stranger? I said to the man. I'm Lond.
Ah. My name is written down in another window. My name is Zadrib. I don't think I've used that one yet today. My name is Zadrib, and I fear that you may have been caught up in some of the intrigues in this city. I know it's a beautiful place that many people feel is entirely safe, but there's a seamy underside to this that most people don't know anything about. And I fear that you and your innocent young friends are about to be caught up in a very ugly part of it.
That sounds bad.
The Golden City. It's a beautiful place.
I can take you to somewhere safe, if that's what you'd like, but we'd have to go now before she and her friends get wind of this.
Tanari.
Look, so...
Come over here.
What are you whispering?
What's going
Get over
on
here.
here?
Get over here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the other side of the square...
So what's going on here?
Crap,
This is...
I think he's got friends. Listen,
Who he? He who? That guy?
that guy over there. Listen, get your friends over here. I'll try to get you out of here. I'll try to get someplace safe.
Why should I trust you?
You shouldn't. But you don't really have a good choice right now.
What is going on?
What do you mean intrigue? This is the Golden City. This is like Korean City. There's no intrigue here. Like, what are you talking about, mister? Zanari?
I believe, I'm still not quite certain what it is, but there are malign forces in this city that have taken an interest in you because of something you know or something you've done.
It's the giant thing we saw in the lake. Ugh. Denari, they're after us because of the giant thing we saw in the lake. Shit.
Who's after us?
Fortunately, he
know.
doesn't seem to catch that.
Something bad. We're in trouble.
Again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I never should have picked the North Gate. I'm so sorry.
I hope you've learned a valuable lesson about pushing people around. Nonetheless, so where's the trouble? What's going on? I mean, you're telling me that there's a problem, but I don't see anything except this person you're talking.
Meanwhile, the messenger looks at Wanderweed and says, "All right, listen. In just a minute, I'm going to cause a distraction. At that point, I strongly suggest that you and your friends run as fast as you can back to wherever it is you live, all right? Just get the hell away from here as fast as you can, okay? Does that seem fair?
All right.
You trust me on that?
That does.
All right.
No, but I'll do it anyway.
Okay. You'll know it
I'm
when
gonna
you
walk over towards my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okie doke.
I think we need to go home now.
We haven't got the root vegetables yet, though.
I think
And-
we get the root vegetables can wait.
The halfling walks over to about here, points at the friendly stranger and yells, "Guards! Guards! That guy stole my purse! He's got my messenger bag!"
Let's go. And
Let's
I
go
start moving
where?
along.
I
Guards will
Back
follow
home.
Wanderweed. I look at the stranger. I look at Wanderweed. I'm like, I shrug and follow Wanderweed. I follow Tongue Twister. Denari, come on.
Move away.
You coming, Denari?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I already said I follow.
Yeah. I'll move your token for you. Whee. Okay.
All right. Some of this is going to be a little bit theater of the mind because y'all
Don't
definitely
have a
did a few
map.
things I didn't entirely expect. But
It happens.
so you guys take off. There's a bunch of yelling and shouting behind you. Wanderweed, go ahead and roll. Stealth, and everybody else can roll too if you want.
Yeah, I don't have a
Remember,
button,
we're
so I have to go to my
disadvantaged
character
because we're
sheet.
flipping all Legionnaires in a glow.
Yeah.
Oi.
It's more like
Oh,
blending.
that's terrible.
Yeah.
Did
Well.
mine go through? Oh, if mine went through, I'm gonna try it again. There we go. I might have rolled twice.
Yeah. I guess you could try.
You did.
Yeah, I rolled twice.
I guess you could maybe try deception as an alternative.
Okay.
That's a considerably better roll for me.
That is a worse roll for
What's-
me.
Where is deception? There it is.
It's
It's a
over the
worse
bottom.
roll for me too, but I'll try it anyway. Because, it's a better. I rolled a nat 20.
Okay. Great. So you're trying to sneak, and you can kind of hear the ruckus behind you. You're not entirely sure whether you're being followed or not, but it's almost impossible to move quietly. So finally, Wanderweed and Denari are just like, "Look, we're just gonna fake him out." So you end up dodging into a shop around one of the around and out another side door that points back onto the same street, and sort of doubling back on your own tracks. And you think that probably did a pretty good job of losing any pursuit.
Okay.
And while we're doing this, I catch them up on what I've learned, and I guess they can catch me up on what they learned.
The guy, his name was, what was his name again? Started with a Z. He I don't remember.
Zedric.
said something, and he said that we were involved in some kind of intrigue, underground conspiracy thing. I don't know what, but I think it has to do with the big thing we found in the water.
Yeah, probably. So this is what I learned, and I tell you what I learned. I said, that other guy was way too friendly. There is no way that that I buy it.
Yeah, but his name was Friendly Stranger. Of course he was a good guy.
I'm from the Silver Spire, you see, and people on the Silver Spire are not quick to trust.
I'm from the...
No.
I'm from the...
playing.
Yeah, no. I'm from the Adamantine Spire, and we trust everyone.
My name is Doug. I have just met you, and I love you.
We're good-natured for you, even in terrible times.
Besides, there's something about the halfling that calls to my soul, and I'm not sure. Oh, that's right. I used to be a halfling, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Denari's still a little confused, sadly. She doesn't know what to decide around what either of you are saying at this point.
So we run through the streets and eventually arrive at which map?
Let me see.
Give you a selection of 4 to choose from.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's like I said, you guys caught me a little bit off guard with this. I think you wind up down on the docks.
As if we didn't have Chris, and if we'd had Chris, we knew exactly where the plot was going to go because it's Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
And we didn't, and he got food poisoning, and so we don't know what's going to happen.
The person who knows this party in trouble was not part of this group.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, the craziest thing possible would be the way we would go if Chris was here. So.
Yep.
So yes, we run away. We're not part of the fight, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we run to the docks because apparently that's close to where we are. And I will put us on the docks.
Yep.
The dog making a cameo here. Can you hear him?
No.
No, it's fine.
Did it not work?
Okay.
Click.
He's barking.
Click.
Yep.
This is another came with Astromap, so I did nothing other than rescale it.
Yeah.
Astromaps are great. Get a paid membership as a GM, and you can have access to hundreds of awesome instant maps. Advertisement. Astral is not paying us.
No, I wish.
Yeah.
In fact, no one's paying us for this. I don't.
No one's paying us.
All our plugs are for free.
Yeah, if you buy our book, if you buy
then
Frostlands and
Sarah will get money.
if you buy Frostlands and Fenrilic, we might make like 50 cents or something. So go back.
And if you
anyway.
Rust,
Yeah. Meanwhile, on
Fran will have already gotten paid.
whatever.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Kickstarter link anyway. Yeah, so you guys basically sort of you duck and dodge and turn and burn your way all over the place, and you end up sort of coming out down on the docks, and you're sort of there catching your, well, you don't really breathe, but you're kind of chilling and gathering your brains together and going, well, what do we do next? And you find yourself in this area where most of the boats have already been unloaded, and there's one big boat right near you, and
there's every kind of NPC in the book on these docks.
Yeah, pretty much. Various people are sort of standing around, moving crates in and out of a big warehouse that's there, getting on and off of a merchant ship that's stationed at the port. And I guess everybody roll perception. Oops, we lost Cassie.
So,
Oh boy.
So sorry.
And
so
she's
sorry.
back. It happens.
I went to change windows and actually accidentally hit disconnect.
yeah, you need to be back in
It
because
happens. Don't
all of
worry.
our pictures went. So
Yep.
we need your camera back on.
Oh, it's not on?
No,
Okay.
no, it's and we all changed who we are. There
I'm
we go.
so sorry.
No,
It
it's fine. It was just
Oh,
funny.
Seriously, it's again live theater,
It's all good.
improv. It's
Well,
all good.
Thankfully, as soon as you turn your camera back on,
I'm
we
sorry,
all went in the
viewer.
right windows. It's awesome.
I'm sorry, viewer. my personal apologies to our viewer.
Assuming
Yep.
Podnote is even still
All
there.
right.
Okay. Where were we? We rolled perception checks, and I rolled a 20. hot digging biscuits. This is apparently my phrase.
Where's the guy?
Something biscuits. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who I was in my past life.
Yeah,
I think I was an Albadian warrior.
So you guys were Albanian battle dog, maybe. I want to dig more bones.
It explains so much.
Around the time that you guys are sort of going, so now what do we do? You can hear frustrated conversation happening on the boat, and a couple of guys are walking up onto the dock, and one of them looks out at you, and Lon, you and he recognize each other. It's the friendly stranger, and he's like, "Hey, that's them!"
Well, shit.
Oh,
Then what?
Christ.
Oh wait, isn't that? Sorry. Go ahead, DM.
It's fine. And a whole bunch of the people on the docks, basically, all sort of turn, and like two of them disappear. Basically, are sort of like, nope.
Like, I see trouble coming. I'm not going to be
fade
here.
out of the scene. But the rest of them all converge on you.
Do you want me to replace?
And I think at this point we no, leave the figures where they are. But
I just didn't want you to replace something with statistics.
sure, yeah. If you want to replace statistics, I don't actually know how to do that part.
Okay.
So.
Well, I was just going to pull up.
I mean, if you do it whatever works. But yeah.
Do you see the hidden?
Yeah.
So I can put a bunch of those up there if that's what you want.
Yeah. Basically, all of these guys, pull off their wax mustaches and go, nah.
Okay. I will put them where the current tokens are, or next to the current tokens, and you can do as you want with them.
Yep.
I will roll initiative because I suspect that's what Fran wants us to do.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that sense myself. This is definitely a
With our 9 hit points.
with our 9. Hey, I've got 13. So I am
Ooh,
badass.
Them.
Yeah, I think that's all of them. So if you right click on them, you can reveal them as you want.
Okay.
And and my recommendation is select one, probably the one that doesn't have a number, and roll just that character's initiative, so you don't have a mess in your thing.
Okay.
That's how I do it anyway. I did not roll very well. And I will not pay attention. Well, actually, I'm going to show the combat bar for the crowd, but I am not running this combat. Fran is also a GM in Astral. So
I'm gonna do my best.
So I am cheating because I'm unintentionally cheating. It's because I've got way more experience with the app than Fran does. So we're both GMs, even though.
Well, this was already long destined to be a much more storytelling event than.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Oh my god.
Then we.
Slow. Oh my.
Hide and show and hide.
Mysterious Mook.
Mysterious Mook. Yes, that was on me. I called them Mysterious Mooks.
But you were a friendly stranger. What happened?
This is what I get for playing with a goofy GM. All right.
You gave me free reign to make the maps, dear.
Oh, I know.
You're like, it was like, what are you going to need? You said, I don't know. I said, I'm just going to make you a bunch of locations, and you can just pick whatever you need. Have the barracks and an office.
It is actually lucky because, there were a couple of unexpected turns in this one that changed the outcome. But that's part of what's fun about gaming is it's not storytelling. You don't get to be like, and then there'll be the suspenseful part. It's like, then one of the players will fart in the face of the judge, and all of that will go completely to shit.
And my crit fail completely changed a big plot point, which is interesting. It's and you have to think about that as a GM.
Yep.
All right.
Wow, they're all mooks. There's no boss.
Oh, dude, should I throw the boss in there?
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, replace friendly strangers.
Friendly stranger with mysterious man.
Yep. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. I'm gonna move friendly stranger off the map because that's just confusing. Mysterious man.
Yeah, I'll shut the
Then
other guys
these
up.
are all default NPCs that come with Astral Tabletop. The token pictures are default. And a brand new feature in Astral where you can drag and drop. My favorite feature in a VTT ever. Every NPC and monster from the OGL for 5th edition are available in Astral as this just came out like a week or so ago. For GMs, if you pay the GM thing, and that's one of the reasons I'm GMing because my account's the GM account, or I'm running Astral because Fran doesn't have access to all this shit that I do without logging in as me. But you can just drag and drop anything from the open source OGL for 5th edition. And all the stats are there. It's really nice. And then you can just give them a new name.
It's worth noting also that Astral has a bunch of Scarred Lands.
Yeah.
Yes, there are 2 level 1 Scarred Lands campaigns.
I guess you should probably roll 2.
You can pick up the first adventure for Avengers of the Shunned and the first adventure for Gauntlet of Spragos. And if you want to go out on Drive-Thru RPG, Travis Legg and I, or mostly Travis Legg, I did a little tiny bit of it, did Serpent Amphora, which is a pay what you want title, and you can throw that in Astral.
Serpent Amphora is the classic beginner's Scarred Lands title from way back in 2000 and something.
2001,
And I'm just gonna say that the pre-gens for Serpent Amphora are the best characters you would ever want to play. And that's not because they're based on our characters.
It is 100% because they're based. Yes, the Serpent Amphora. You can buy it on Drive-Thru RPG. Pay what you want, so you can just be like 50 cents. Here you go, Travis. Have 2 nickels.
Okay.
Whatever.
Let's do this promo later because right now we're holding up combat.
I was filling while you were setting up the combat, dear.
The audience wants
We were
blood.
vamping, Fran. We were vamping.
Yep. I know. I'm just joking. The audience wants blood. And speaking of blood, the mysterious mooks, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
The water?
He jumps off the boat.
Jumped. 5, 10.
I see.
15. I don't know if he can actually really stand there, but...
They all have ranged attacks, so...
Yeah, so... that guy is going to double move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That guy is going to double move to close with you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That guy is going to move, and then he's going to... He has a ranged attack?
Mysterious Man has a ranged attack. Sorry.
Mysterious Man does, yeah.
I don't
this
think
guy...
the mooks... You're right. I thought the mooks did, but I guess they don't. I guess they're just... Well, I think they have... They have like... I'm gonna open this character
That's
sheet.
fine.
30.
I think we got enough trouble.
Yeah. Woodrow, you might want to get a little closer to your microphone again.
Yes, I'm sorry, I was leaning it back for a second.
It happens. 10, 5, So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Are you sure you scaled this combat for just 3 PCs?
No, we scaled it for 4, so we're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are screwed. I'm just gonna kill y'all.
Yep, we're fucked.
All right, and mysterious men.
They all. You didn't cheat on those initiative rolls, did you? They really did roll.
No, I did
19s.
not.
Yeah.
They really did roll very,
19s,
very well.
Yeah. I can see your rolls, and that wasn't cheating.
Yeah. Mysterious man.
Goes mwahahaha.
It was mwahaha.
Looks at Wanderweed and whispers an arcane word.
Oh,
And
dear.
Wanderweed,
Shoot.
you get to make a wisdom save.
Alright, hang on, I gotta go into my character sheet
You
here.
can see the spell. in there.
Saves, where are you saves? Where are my saves? Saving throw, saving throw, saving throw. Boop.
Yeah, and if you don't see the saving throw, check. Look for the save first, and then. But you
No,
only
no,
have 2.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep, now she found it. And unfortunately,
I'm helped.
yeah. You glance into his eyes, and they're absolutely hypnotic, and you feel your body stiffening and refusing to respond to you. And he gives you one of these smiles, like, yeah.
Oh, great.
That looks pretty crazy
Okay,
evil.
it's the Emperor.
It could be. Wanderweed, I believe it is now your turn. I'm not totally sure how to move. Oh, I have to start. I have to start combat first.
Yeah,
so.
Yep.
Yep.
and then
Mysterious Man goes. Mysterious Mooks go. And now Wanderweed, it is your turn, and I believe you get another save.
At the end of your
Do
turn.
I?
At
the end of your turn. You get a save
Yeah,
to
that's
see
what
if you
I
can.
thought.
Basically, you're spending your effort to be like, come on, shrug out of it. You got to get out of this.
Oh,
You made it.
And I
hot
do.
damn it, biscuits.
But I'm surrounded, and there's nothing I can do. So,
It's your go.
should I click the arrow or not?
Go ahead
This
and
is
click
big
the
question.
arrow. Yes. But
Okay.
yeah, you're just like, no, I just got back. I'm not going down like this. And you force your way through, and you muscle out from under the magic. And that is a tremendous effort that takes up the rest of your turn. Donari, it is now your turn.
Yes, I am looking 60 feet. Okay. I know 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You get to decide what terrible crap you're going to do to somebody else.
I'm trying to figure out. Mysterious Man is within 60 feet of me.
Definitely, yeah.
All right. Well, I believe that I will try Ray of Frost on Mysterious Man.
Ooh. Good hit. Not a lot of damage.
Yeah. Yep.
Still,
It's just
Still.
like. Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fran went, I got cut off in the audio because it was too high.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
fine.
And that's about all I can do.
Well, that's that ain't nothing. So
And you know
That's
how to
right.
change
point is
his
1 point.
damage?
I'm working on it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I can do some of this if you need me to.
Yep. No, I got it. So, and it is in fact now your turn.
My turn.
It is your turn.
I do have my great sword with me because
Oh yeah, because
after
because
everything we
you're
went
not-
through, I'm carrying it now. And I
Yep.
draw it, and I step up to Mysterious Mook number 3. Actually, I'm stepping between Wanderweed and Mysterious Mook number 3, and I'm going to try to hit him with my sword.
Ooh.
With my 1 attack. So, bloop.
And let's see. That was a 24. I really doubt his AC is. Yeah.
No.
You hit the hell out of him, and
Stab that.
7 slashing damage. It says.
Slashing damage, yes.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You're just like, And like the guy's left arm is hanging partway off, like you broke it and cut a good way through the muscle, and he kind of staggers back like ah. All right, and that brings us back to the top of the round. The mysterious man glares down at all of you. I don't actually know what some of these do, which is kind of hilarious. Okay.
Yeah, and all the descriptions hopefully are all in there.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. No.
Okay.
Do what I want you to, not what I told you to.
VTTs.
You did say that backward, right?
No, I said do what I want you to, not what I told you to.
I told you to. That made perfect sense to me.
So, this time he looks at Lond, and in a very, very powerful and commanding voice, he shouts, "Surrender!" So, Lond, you get to make a will save.
Will save, you say?
Not a will save.
Will save.
Not a
Wisdom save. Yes. Knowledge, wrong edition.
Oh no!
Oh. You feel an irresistible urge to lay down your sword.
Drop my sword, raise my hands up. Well, I don't think I can do it till my turn, but that's what I would do on my turn, I guess.
It's a shame.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Yeah?
One thing, I forgot to roll for my wild magic surge.
Yes. Sarah, can you do that for him?
Well, you roll the dice. I'll tell you what happens.
Which die do I roll? A d20?
Oh, no. Have Woodrow roll the dice.
Yeah, I roll first
and
the d20, and then if there's a 1, stuff happens.
Yeah. Exciting events transpire.
Yeah, I had the table open. So I need to
Close
the table.
though.
I did have the table open. It's just in my other thing. So yeah, you gotta roll. If you roll a nat one, but you could roll. You could choose to roll on the table, which gives you advantage on your next spell attack. When you cast the spell, you can deliberately choose to roll.
Yes.
Which is pretty.
That is not quite what I'm doing right at this point.
Yeah, yep. I did it all the time when I played a wild mage. I was like,
that's because you're you.
It's fun, man. Sometimes you turn into a sheep.
Yep. While you're in a tree.
Oh, you're in a tree, and then you fall in.
Okay. So next.
They don't so much fall as plummet.
So, the guy who Lond almost took the arm off of strikes back furiously. I'm going to bet an 8 does not hit you, Lond.
An 8 does not hit me. I have an AC of fecking a lot because I am plate mail, and my AC is 20. It's not 20. So it's 25 to shield. It's 18.
He waves furiously at you, and then nothing exciting happens. The other guy jumps in next to him and takes his own shot. Does a 17 hit you?
Ooh. Almost, but not quite.
Almost, but not quite. So basically, the one guy is kind of flailing at you in a panic, and then the other guy comes in and swings a solid swing, and you just kind of shoulder it off roll it off your shoulder and let it go by. Mysterious Mook number 2 is going to advance, and actually, I think he thinks you're the bigger problem too, so he's going to take a swing at you as well. They're all like, we keep hitting him and he's not falling down. Does a 19 hit you?
19 does indeed hit me.
Okay. for 3 whole points of damage.
Oh dear.
Hey, that's sizable.
Yep.
It is for I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for the fact that we're level 1, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, every hit counts.
I mean, I do have more hit points than most because as an adamantine spire, I get an extra hit point per level, but that's like, 1 extra point for that, but it helps.
So yeah, Mysterious Mook 5 is going to step up to Wanderweed and be like, die! Does a 12 hit you, Wanderweed?
No. It does not.
So he flails wildly. And then number 6 steps up and actually is going to kind of threaten Denari.
Without leaving Wanderweed's zone of control.
Without leaving Wanderweed's zone of control. Denari, I'm guessing a 10 doesn't hit you.
Does not.
Okay. But they are fully surrounding you. And the mysterious man yells, "Take them alive if you can! We still need what they know!" And with that, Wanderweed, it is your turn. And you are in a target-rich environment.
I know, but I'm shooting at the mysterious man.
That's fair.
Oof.
Oh, nice. Crit.
Yep.
So you
I gotta click to roll here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh! Max damage for the crit!
Dang. Nice work. So that's 14 points.
Damage, but no sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I just feel like we need to take the leader out.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's never a bad idea. All right. Let's do that. Yep. Yeah, you sink around right into his chest, kind of low down on one side, and he's just like, oh. Did that not take? That didn't appear to take.
What was it? Oh.
His bar hasn't changed.
Hasn't changed.
But I don't know how to change mine, so.
If you click on your character, at the top.
There we go.
Still hasn't changed.
It's still not changing, but yeah, you did him a serious damage.
See if I can fix Mysterious Man. You said it did.
It did 14 total points.
14 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay, and in the spirit of whacking on Mysterious Man, I'm going to.
I think it took twice.
Go for it.
I'm pretty sure it took multiple times because that.
Ooh, nice shot.
He did not have. He has more points than that. Oh no, maybe not. Okay.
5 more points to the Mysterious Man, Sarah.
Oof.
Hot damn biscuits. I think he went down.
3 again?
Wow. 3 on what?
Wild Surge.
Oh, Wild Surge. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's got a little sliver of green. Is he still up?
Yes.
He is technically still up, but yeah, you hit him with the arrow, and as he was turning to yell something at you, he gets hit full in the face with this ray of frost, and is just like, ah! And it's kind of grabbing at his eyes with one hand, and the arrow with the other one.
What you get?
Mm-hmm.
Mysterious Man?
That is correct. That is correct.
Yep, and I believe, Lond, it is your turn now. You're like, what did I do?
And I was like, I surrender. I dropped my sword and put my hands up because I was commanded.
Yeah, the word of command only lasts for a round, so now
but this is the round where it takes place.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
on the next round, you do the action. So on your next turn.
Yep.
So I basically lose my turn. I drop my sword and I put my hands up.
Like,
I surrender.
All right. Yep.
Why am I surrendering? We're winning.
So it's back to it's the back to
So
the
I basically
mysterious
lose my
man's turn.
And I don't have my weapon.
Totally not winning, Sarah.
Well,
He yells, "Finish them!" and staggers back down from the bow of the boat down onto the main deck where you can't see him.
or attack him.
Damn.
And the rest of the mooks start to close in on you, and suddenly everything goes dark. And I don't know if there's. I guess the easiest way to do that is.
I could use the free hand brush.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to. Yeah, I got it. Maybe I don't.
Well, it doesn't make it
There you
makes the
go.
terrain dark, but we get the idea.
Okay. But yeah. I keep grabbing instead of drawing.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do that.
But yeah, this
Magical
whole area,
darkness.
it's just like midnight. I mean, like, this isn't like you're used to dark, but for a moment it's really severely disorienting because not only is it like dark, it's regular dark. Like you can't see your hand glowing in front of your face dark.
Like
This is
Magical
darker.
darkness.
Yeah, like really blinding darkness.
I haven't been in darkness since I was reborn. This is terrifying. Like
Yep.
Probably freaking us all out. Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, can I glow more?
Yep.
How
Yep.
do I do this? Makes me wonder. I guess they can't. The reason Hall Legionnaires can't sleep is because they always have their nightlight turned on.
Yeah, maybe. So as you're standing there, you hear a groaning noise, the sound of wood under tremendous pressure or under tremendous strain, and then you hear this no ah!
Okay.
And then a splash, and you hear the mooks around you. Where are they? I can't see. And like they're right in front of you guys, but
They didn't do the spell?
they did not appear to have done the spell. You hear footsteps near you, and actually, those two should make rolls. Actually, those three should make rolls. Huh. And you hear the sound of a boot scraping on wood, and then splash.
Okay.
And the ground underneath your feet shakes 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and then from down in the water you hear no. And let's see, we've got
Do we
3
get
of
to
you.
do actions during this? Because I want to try to find my sword on the ground.
Yeah, you can find your sword on the ground. Each of you can take an action now if you want to.
Although we
Okay.
can't see.
Well, I know where the dude was a minute ago, so I'm going to try to hit to that side
Okie doke, go for it.
because, you know.
Ooh, with a
You're-
22.
But you'd be at
guess
disadvantage
what?
because of the
Oh yeah,
deeper
you'd be at
darkness.
disadvantage. So give me one more attack roll, one
Or
more.
click on the, yeah.
Nope. There you go. 12.
12. Is
Probably
that
a miss.
enough to hit the guy?
Be surprised. It's a low AC.
Yeah, that's his AC. So you actually managed
Guess
to
what?
lash out.
Guess what? I get my sneak attack damage too, which is
Yeah, you do.
admittedly only
Which is
1.
minimum, but yeah, we'll take it. So you do 5 points of damage to this guy. You basically you hear, where are they? I can't see. Who went? What the? And then you manage to reach out and stab, and you hear this "Ag!" and you manage to get the guy. And then at that point, what did I roll that one?
That was Wanderweed's go.
Denari, a hand lands on your shoulder, and a voice in your ear in a language that you recognize, but you can't say why, says, "I want you to live. Please trust me. Grab hold of your friends."
Okay. I grab my friends. I'm like,
what's that?
It's me. Hold on. Something's happening.
Duh.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, yeah, I don't know. Just a city street map should do it, I think. Or actually the warehouse map.
The warehouse map it is.
Remember, only us. Don't take mooks.
Yep. And yeah, exactly. Yeah. So while you guys are getting moved to the new map, I will do a little bit of description. You're basically pulled by some figure who begins sort of jogging you quickly out of down and away, and in the distance you can hear more of those terrifying groaning noises, like the sound of the big enormous beams that make up the piers being stressed and strained by some enormous power, and then the sound of metal on metal and horrifying gurgling screams that end in really wet, nasty, splooshy noises.
Good.
So and then you come out of the darkness, and you have been you get dragged down a couple of alleys and around several corners via various little sort of circuitous routes and into a warehouse.
Oh, I thought he was just teleporting us.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you find yourself there with your suspicious friend from earlier and an interesting nondescript person, like weirdly nondescript. You literally look at it and your brain is just kind of like, that's a person of average build and average height with average hair color and average eyes. And they say to you, "I'm very, very sorry that you got caught up in this. All of this was my business. It should have had nothing to do with you. I made a mistake, and it almost cost you greatly, and I feel very bad about that. Are all of you all right?"
Fran?
Yeah? Yes, Cassie?
My companion needs some healing, I think. But,
I got a little
Fran,
bit.
I just want to ask, this isn't an ink warehouse of any kind, is it?
No, it is not.
Okay, sorry. That's a private joke, everyone. It's a private Scarlands joke.
It's not a follower of Drandari. No.
Yeah.
It's not an ink shop.
Yeah. Big fan, but
Big fan.
yeah, other irons in the fire. And basically, they say, I know you have no reason to believe me, but I never intended any of this to happen. I intend no malice towards you or the city or the people in it. And although I cannot tell you anything much more than what I've already told you, the thing that you saw under the water is not here to threaten this place at all. And I can promise you that as long as I am here, it will do no harm to this place.
Okay, no. You're going to tell us more information, or I don't know what, but No, you're not going to get away with that. No, I'm sorry. I'm
We'll be
you're
very
gonna tell
close.
me.
They just saved our life. I mean, our lives. Ow.
I want to know what's going on. Okay?
Yeah.
We've been dragged into this. We deserve to know. Otherwise, maybe the city guard deserves to know.
You do deserve to know. And to be fair, the city guard deserves to know too. But, unfortunately, life is full of mysteries. And this, I am afraid, is one that you are unlikely to solve. And, perhaps someday, when it's possible for me to tell the story without endangering anyone else, I will find you. And they look specifically at Denari, and they say, I would very much like to find you again, in fact.
Huh?
But it will not be this day. They gesture with their hands, and they and your suspicious friend basically poof and disappear.
Whoa.
And you're alone in a warehouse.
It is some bullshit.
Yep.
Okay. That was freaky.
No way did they just. No way did they just. You're invisible, aren't you?
You think you might hear a chuckle.
What happened, Denari?
Yeah,
You're
fool,
invisible.
dude.
Come on.
I have no idea.
You're a magic person. Don't you know magic? They do a magic thing.
I will try detect magic in the room because that's all I've got. You know.
You do detect magic, and you're like, there's an aura, it's fading, it's, crap, it's gone.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, they were invisible, and they buggered off.
The spell would have been conjuration, I think. If you care.
Yeah. But yeah. Wanderweed's running around like, get a bag of flour, scatter it, we can still catch these assholes!
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm doing.
I am not here for this bullshit!
I'm just standing in the middle of the room
Almost
going,
like
ow!
before.
Was I stabbed? Ow! I
Yeah.
was stabbed?
Yeah, they
That
said
hurt.
any of you hurt, and then they did Jack.
And then there was dark, and then there was screaming, and then there was some dude that what did they look like? I don't even remember what they look like. I think I could maybe recognize the halfling? Maybe?
In another couple of minutes, oh, go ahead, Cassie.
I was just going to say, that's it. We're going to the captain.
Yeah, in another couple of minutes, amusingly enough, you hear whistles blowing and you hear armored feet come rushing down the alleys. And you can hear Captain Brevin shouting, get some men over there. Secure that. Hold that down. Oh, dear God, what the hell's happened here?
I want to open the door of the warehouse and go back outside and find out what's going on.
We're peeking out the door of the
It's
warehouse.
Brevin. We're
I want to see what
fine.
the situation is.
Yeah, you kind of
I
roll
want to
the
see what
door.
the situation is.
Okay, yeah. I would say roll perception, but honestly, it's pretty clear. Well, what exactly happened isn't clear. If you want to roll perception to try to find anything subtle, go ahead. But I'll give you the broad strokes in the meanwhile. You pull the sliding door back on the warehouse a little bit, and you peer out, and you can see down the alley to the waterfront where you were. There's a ship there that is listing and beginning to sink, and it looks like part of the hull basically gave way up near the bow, up near where the guy would have been standing, and it's sort of starting to go down at the bow and settle next to the pier. And you can see fragments of of clothing and a twisted scimitar that looks like someone squashed it, and puddles and streaks of blood all over the cobblestones and on the pier.
What color is the blood? Is it like Legionnaires' blood?
No, it's regular people blood. It's
Okay,
the
good.
red kind, and there are guardsmen with pikes all over the place. And Brevin is kind of pointing, and you see archers lining up and aiming all over the place, and they're locking down the scene hard.
Okay, that was
Captain!
alarming.
Brevin whirls around and is like, "I know
Over
you."
here! Over here!
Men, you two, with me. And they form up on you and jog over, and they're like, "Are you all right? Are you safe?"
I got a little bit stabbed, but I think I'll be okay.
Cleric, you need a cleric.
Healing, but here's what happened. And I tell them the entire story of our day.
Far crazy. So there was this halfling, and then there was this guy, and he seemed really friendly, but apparently he was an asshole. And I think that's his body.
Oh no, I always
there's
thought he
no
was an
bodies.
asshole.
Yeah, there's no bodies.
There's just
Too friendly.
the head shaking gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and he's just kind of sitting there, and he's got a his armor, as I said, is molded rather realistically, including it hasn't come up here, but
I described it earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
When you were indisposed.
He's got this kind of magnificent beard in the faceplate of his armor, and he keeps trying to run his fingers thoughtfully through it, and it doesn't quite work. But you can just tell that he's completely baffled and totally unaware that he's even doing it, as he's sitting there going, everybody on the dock. Okay. And then what did you say the sound was?
Crunching noises?
Crunching noises.
And I surrendered, and I don't know why, because I wouldn't have surrendered, but I don't. Just think it was bad.
When you're a guardsman, sometimes there are just these days that you write them up in the log, and that's all you can do. I feel like I've had more of those in my past life than in my present, but I guess this is just the universe telling me that this is how it always is wherever you are. So. I'm gonna send some guards home with you, and they're gonna keep an eye on you for a couple of days, and eventually I'll get someone higher up, maybe from the Lyceum, to come and talk to you about what all you saw.
Everything.
And
so watch out for those. Watch out for those two people. Seriously, I don't know what's going on, but something is going on.
They saved us, is what's going on. Those creepoids would have killed us.
So a halfling in a messenger outfit, and a person of average height, average build, average hair color, average skin color, average eye color, and average voice, who was either a man or a woman or possibly neither.
But when you put it that way...
I mean, I will draw up the wanted poster, but this could have gone a lot worse, and you guys kept your heads, so good job.
I almost took that bad guy down.
Yeah.
Should have taken him down.
If you ever want a position in the city guard, we're always looking for folks with a level head who can figure out how to deal with crazy stuff.
Nah, city guard doesn't sound right for me somehow. I don't know why, but it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, no, I get an itch around you.
Okay.
All right. And the denouement, nobody, it sort of ends up being one of those things that they tell stories about, and everybody in the city has theories, and there's there aren't a lot of conspiracy theories in the Golden City, but this one definitely gets some stuff. A bunch of people are convinced that you met Ebentine, the crime boss, and that there was actually some secret smuggling organization, and that he was
Or they.
or they, yeah, was shipping demons through the city, or devils through the city on their way to the Charduni, or maybe to the Calastian Empire. There's somebody else who's like, it's the spirit of the mountain. One of the Titans' pieces is buried underneath the city, and it could rain doom down on us, but probably not. They're just low, and the theories just get even more outlandish from there. But for the most part, it's a period of time where you guys have a great deal of fame and do not have to pay for drinks. And
Not that we drink.
Nice.
The bright side is it does introduce you
If we want.
Okay, if we
yeah,
want to.
it does introduce you to some of the more powerful people in the city a little bit sooner and spurs your careers on. So there are connections for you if you want them at the Academy and the Lyceum. Streebuck Steelmane, the head of the Siblingers Guild, comes to you and talks to you about this, and is just like, you guys did a really, really remarkable job. Is there anything that we as basically sort of talks to you about how the Siblingers could have helped you out better, and make sure that you're okay, and make sure that you still feel safe and able to actually learn properly. And
It did until you mentioned that.
yeah. Captain Brevin recognizes you all now on sight and tends to call you by name and ask you how you're doing whenever he sees you. So
That's
nice.
good.
yeah.
All right.
And within a month, the sunken ship is dragged out of its position and salvaged, and the docks are cleaned up, and several of the timbers that seem to have been kind of torn apart by massive, enormous, heavy claws or feet are picked out and replaced, and the city goes on about its business.
Until a few months later, when people start getting sick.
Until sometime later, when there's a large muster of troops who are sent out in one of the big missions that the city does from time to time to try to help out in the Broadreach Horizon down in the Hornsaw Forest. And maybe some of you are actually ready to go along with them at that point, and maybe you're not. But that would be a story for another day. So,
Yeah.
thank you all for bearing with us during a really, really turbulent stream. And now I'm going to go ahead and ask my players to introduce themselves and talk about who they are and who they were playing, and pimp any cool projects that they've been working on. And I guess we will begin where we began before with Cassandra.
Okay, I'm Cassandra Miller. My Twitter is @tiptransformed, in other words, Ozma. And I am my pronouns are she, her. I'm a trans woman. The things I'd like to plug are my podcast that I do with Fran and our friend Liz, who we mentioned earlier.
I should actually.
It's called Tabletop. Your links aren't visible, Fran.
Oh, they
Your
aren't?
links aren't visible on
Well,
the chat. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's called Tabletop Transmissions. It's a podcast about tabletop role playing from a trans woman or queer point of view. We're on hiatus right now, but we have a heck of a lot of episodes that you can listen to. And also, I have a SoundCloud that's Cassandra Miller that I've read a couple of short stories on it and things like that. So feel free to check it out. And now I'm going to turn the virtual mic over to Woodrow.
Hi, I'm Woodrow. I play Denari. I actually don't have a heck of a lot to plug myself, except for myself, I guess. I'm pretty okay most days.
Bye, Woodrow.
any creative at the moment, but excuse me. Eventually, I'll get back into dancing and RPGing, running games and stuff like that. And then you never know. So stick around and see what pops up in the future. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks. And Sarah?
I'm Sarah Stewart. I'm one of the Scarredlands community creators. I have 7 titles up on Drive-Thru RPG at this point. Sarah L. Stewart, including Calendar for the Scarredlands, Serpent Amphora conversion to 5e, which I helped on, Maritime Mission, Vigil Training Mission, Maritime Patrol, oh boy, what a bloody ordeal. That's a big pun, for little module for second level characters. A sequel to that called Mists of Algos that I did with Travis Legg. This giant book called Frostlands of Fenrilik that is actually available POD. This thing.
Loads of good stuff. Yep.
That Fran and I both worked on along with Travis and a bunch of other awesome folks. And 2 new titles, spin-offs for Frostland, Yenny's Journal, and Mysteries of Fenrilik. And then we're going to be putting out another Frostlands title in probably late January, early February. That introduces a whole mess of additional characters you can add to your Frostlands or any Arctic campaign. Foremost, though, I am the co-author of this book, Vigilant, through Shadows and Runes Book 1, which Fran and I co-wrote. Do pick it up. This is our baby, and this is all about being a hero in the Scarredlands and what it means. We may be reading from this book on January 1st as part of a charity stream on the Heritrix Twitch stream. You can find us there. I think that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing something for that charity stream. It might be reading from Vigilant.
We'll announce it on social media.
Yeah. And we're also going to be running games at OrcaCon that we mentioned earlier in this cast. So check those out. Again, that's January 8th and 9th, or 9th and 10th, whatever the Saturday and Sunday are that weekend. OrcaCon.org.
I think it's the 9th and 10th.
9th and 10th, yeah. I think it's the convention's 3 days, 8th to the 10th. And what did I forget? Oh, Dead Man's Rest. Fran worked on that. That's your thing.
Hey. Leave me something to talk about.
That's Fran. Yeah.
Oh, you can find us at morelikethisindustries.com.
Yep.
Our website.
Yep. And
I was waiting for that.
And that leaves me. Hi, I'm Fran Stewart. My pronouns are she, her. I'm an author of, or editor of, many of those things that Sarah was talking about earlier, and I also was one of the many awesome writers on Dead Man's Rust. I wrote a lot of the Golden City content, including creating Captain Codpiece. So you can learn more about Riven and our mysterious friends from the messenger service by pledging on Dead Man's Rust. You don't have to spend a lot to get started with it, but I really do recommend that you at least put in a basic pledge that gives you the option to decide when the campaign ends what kind of things you want to actually pick up for it. And that's on Kickstarter right now, and we have just a few days left for you to still get in on it. I loved working on it. I'm really impressed with the work that everybody else did on it, as well as fairly happy with my own. So I strongly encourage you, if you're at all into Scarredlands, you could pull like 2, maybe even 3 full campaigns out of just that one book. You can find me wherever fine ebooks are sold as Francis Stewart, and you can find me on Twitter as Ronalyn Valor. And when we're not involved in this shit show, we're involved in several of Travis Legg's other shit shows, including Scarredlands, A Family Affair, which airs on Mondays at noon Pacific time, 3 o'clock Eastern, and various other places. I strongly encourage you to check it out. Most of those are put together with a lot more good luck than this one. But again, thank you, audience, for sticking with us, and I really hope that we managed to give you some excitement and some laughs.
And I forgot to mention Fridays. Did you mention that one? Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. You can find me and Jeremy Holcoulter talking about deep lore of the Scarlands as part of the Lore You Know, which is also on the Twitch stream, Wandering WH Productions, Wanderer's Haven Productions. And I have been babbling about the Scarlands now for 8 months, 7 months. Well,
20 years.
For 20 years, you're right. When I picked up the creature collection 20 years ago, but specifically as part of the stream, we've done kind of 30-ish episodes. So, and most recently talked about the Golden City just last Friday. So those are available both on Twitch and on YouTube. So we're all over the place, Scarlands wise. So
yeah. But I think that's plenty, and we'll leave you guys to get on with what you're getting on with.
Yeah, sorry we couldn't put links in the video. Thank you for the 2 new backers for Deadland Dance Rust. We appreciate it.
Yay! Awesome. Good job. Take care, folks.
And
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Bye, world.
Bye.